Evanora's finest reporting.
Shocked face, look. It's Scotty, laughing face.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we all doing today? Welcome in. How are you all doing? Welcome in to another Dungeons and Dragons stream. Let me just fix that up a little bit. How you all doing? Welcome in. Babaloo coming in with the tier 1 resub for 3 months, sticking on in the first company. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate your support. How you doing, my man? It's going to be an awesome day of Dungeons and Dragons. I'm so keen. So yeah, we've got the crew. I believe we are all there, which is great. It's going to be sick. I'm looking forward to today's session. It is session 11 and Into the Fire. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens to the party. I'm going to give a formal recap, as I always do, at the start of our sessions, just to kind of bring everyone back up to speed on everybody's streams. It's going to be good fun. I'm really keen and looking forward to today. It's, I love D&D with these guys. These guys are awesome. I love being able to create this content with fellow creators. And yeah. But welcome in, everyone. We're also going to be doing some hobby afterwards. So if I show off this guy, if it decides it wants to function, even though it's not properly set up, let me just properly set it up, in a sense. So we've got a bunch of models we're going to be working on. We're going to be doing the black wash, so the null oil wash, onto all of these pieces when it comes to after the session, which is going to be awesome. So session generally will go for about 3 hours, maybe a little bit more. And then we'll jump into hobby for about an hour or two afterwards. But considering everybody is in the Discord chat ready to go, I'm just going to make sure that Me6 did its thing, because it decides, yeah, there it is. Likes to do it late. Cheeky bugger. But yeah, apologies for the double pings, everybody in the Discord. But we're gonna head on over to the Discord with everybody else. And yeah, we're gonna jump on in to the conversation. And I'm gonna change to the Dungeons and Dragons screen, of course. I'm gonna show that again.
Cry, but I'm also like, no, please do tell more.
Yeah, I definitely have. It's a something. All right, I don't know what
We'll
it
have
is.
to talk about it over Minecraft building.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna start playing Minecraft together. Got it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Howdy, everybody. How we doing?
Hi.
How's it going, Scotty?
We're doing good.
It's good to hear.
Scotty, wow, it's been a while since I've heard from you, man.
Stitch up.
There's a joke there. I don't know.
No, it's where he was in the call. He's like, guys, I gotta go start my stream.
Oh, gotcha.
The classic.
All right, long time no see.
Hello,
Got
bird.
it.
By the way, I have yet to clickbait my title of my stream with you guys yet, so you're welcome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you doing like the whole you've won like X something clickbait thing?
No, it was like the playing with Ironsmithy and Sugarsockz and Scotty and Bird.
Just name dropping.
Name dropping.
Yeah.
Just name drop every single person. I don't care if they have zero stream followers like Fire. I'm still gonna name drop him because guess what? He still probably has a larger following than I do. Got him.
Yeah. Oh boy. Oh, the deep.
Hey, I checked today. I have 15 followers. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, you do?
Nice.
I mean,
Yeah, man.
considering I stream like once a week.
You see, the thing is I was getting
like,
pretty
zero
good.
effort into this.
I was putting some really good growth in, and then I just stopped because of work, and now zero viewer streams. Gotta love it. Whoop whoop. Lost everything.
I mean, it happens every time.
Yeah. And it's my fault because I didn't stick with it even though I was at work.
Yeah, things happen though. I mean, it's really. Oh, Rukhar, get back up there. Good lord,
Oh,
boy.
what? I did.
Jeez, Rukhar.
I keep
Whoa, hey.
keep trying to rearrange.
That was uncalled for, Scotty.
I keep trying to
Hey.
rearrange the cards so that I have them in
How dare you?
player order, right? So not
That was
necessarily
not a plug.
what happened?
I feel like I missed something too.
I missed something completely.
So to fill everyone in what Balithor's going on about, I just went and dropped him a follow.
Oh,
nice.
Gotcha. The invitation went out. Got it.
Yeah,
With it.
not what that was.
I will give you the invitation. Free to follow me at twitch.tv/FoxandNotShow.
Oh, damn.
Oh my gosh, here we go, chat. Here we go.
But yeah, freaking Ball is the only character that won't stay together because he's got the most amount of cards out of everybody, and every time I come in, his cards are spread out through the middle of everyone.
What do you mean
I
I
know
have
why.
cards? What are you talking
Your
about?
player cards. Your player cards.
Oh,
Yeah.
for characters.
Every time your character sheets. Every time I come in, they're in a different order. And I'm just trying to keep them together so I can quickly scroll and find, like, if I need to check someone's sheet for something, I can just
Am I
look at
not
the
supposed to
color and you're
reorder
all
those?
together. I don't care if they're reordered. I just want the colors together. So on my sheet, I have everyone. So it's just a big old hot mess of colors.
You know what? You just made me realize that's why I wasn't a big fan of Roll20.
You just made me realize
Because
that's
like
why I wasn't a big fan of.
I remember as a DM, it's like overly complex, and there's like a bunch of stuff going on with it.
Oh yeah, there's so much crap going on.
Yeah,
The
but as a
problem is-
player, it's simple. Like
Yeah,
it's
it's
like, oh
very
yeah, this is
simplified.
straightforward.
Right, but my problem now is, like, I try to make sure I have your sheets together, and then I try to pin whatever I'm working on right now, like what you guys are working through, and any sheets that I need, and then I pin. what's
Howdy
up
team,
next
how
in
we all
case you
doing?
guys
Welcome in
like
to
to
everyone
slide
who
through
is
it.
joining us for Dungeons and Dragons
So,
this morning. We are about to
I'm
kick
kinda
off.
like a big
We're just
old
kind
hot
of in the
mess.
pre-session rambles
especially
and
'cause I've
chat.
been
Everyone's
on the
starting up their
computer for, like, a
streams,
total of
which is
25 minutes
awesome.
today. I'm like such
So
a disaster.
it's gonna be great
How does
fun
it
playing
feel?
with everyone.
It's weird. Well, I'm not busy. That's the thing. Like the vinyls today took me pretty much my entire day, and I had like some random things in the middle, but that was physical labor that I'm not used to doing on like such a long basis throughout the day that my body is like, oh, you're gonna sleep good tonight. It's definitely a thing, but all right, that's not where we are. Where are we going? Ha, I found it. Okay, and I need this one. Yes. Nope. That's the wrong one.
I need like 4 more
this one?
characters, Bird. I'm just saying.
Oh, for God's sakes!
I'm
I'm gonna
just
make you your
joking,
own
I'm
damn
joking, I'm
folder.
joking.
Like he's already got the most out of everybody, and he's having a
Why are
blast
you
with
making
him.
so many characters?
Because he's having fun with it. I'm not gonna stop him.
I'm an intricate story weaver. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, it's all accidental, but I just like making stuff.
So how are you making more characters?
I just assigned him a new
character
character
sheets?
sheet. Yeah,
Oh,
he's just
okay.
making like backups or theory crafting essentially. I mean, anybody can
Yeah.
have one.
No, I'm right there with you. I theory craft all the time. I do that on a daily basis.
You should have seen me building Smithy's backstory. That was a blast. I have
It's
never
so
had so many
good.
tabs open. I had tabs everywhere. I'm like, where did I put it?
Although when you told me how many hours you spent, I felt
Yeah.
like, okay, like I need to like
was just
pay
a
her
couple.
for that much
No.
hours of work.
No, but I had a lot of fun
It's so
because
good.
I just kept falling through the rabbit hole.
For context for everyone in chat, Iron Smithy is our
I didn't know that
newest
this
member of the
existed
party. So that's
within
why
Fate
he's
Run,
kind of
and then
been
I, like, pulled it aside and
being
put it
pulled
off to the
back
side,
up to
and I'm like,
speed
I
with
will use that
everybody.
later. And it's just like I had to,
I
like,
love
roping myself back to your story. It was very difficult to keep track, to be fair.
yeah.
So it took me a while of just reading random things. I'm like, I should get this book. Okay.
I
gotta
love
stop now.
like what he went through to get to Balak.
Yeah.
Like that
Yeah.
scene, I was like, oh, I love. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I thought that was really, really, really cool. The little things that he's noticed,
Yeah.
and the things that he remembers about it. I think.
And my
were
favorite
definitely-
dragon was noticed and mentioned, and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
okay, I'm here for it.
Yeah, right. I kind of like I was assuming just based on what like the one little bit of information that you gave me based on your character, I put that in and let it lead me. And
Yeah.
wherever it took me is kind of just like I pulled little things. It was great. I absolutely loved it. And I definitely think that as we start to go through and everyone's starting to learn more, you are more than welcome to share what you want of that. I think it's such a cool little feature of yours to not have many of the memories, but to know that portion is really, really cool. I had a lot of fun with that. And I have to do sugar next because I got a request because that was cool. So
Yeah, it's gonna be just like
like,
when
do
to bring it up.
Time for me, girl.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Yes, sir. I am going away next Saturday. No, I'll be back Monday. But this whole week I'm pretty up and down. So if I'm here, just hit me. I'm here tomorrow, pretty much all day.
You said?
Yeah.
I don't know where you're at.
I mean,
we'll try and talk tomorrow or something, Bird.
Yeah. I'm around. I am around. I'll probably be Minecrafting all night tomorrow night too. So.
Oh, fun, Minecraft.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. All right.
Also,
Mm-hmm.
I'm angry with you about this because you have now got me hooked into watching Ranch Simulator videos. I was like, what are they talking about? What is this stupid game? And now I'm like, oh, guess what? I get to buy next paycheck.
Ranch Simulator.
Sadness.
Beautiful.
Pissed.
Yeah. I dove in and I picked up, I know the first game I'm going to stream when I start again. I already have it. It's sitting there. I have not watched it against my own free will. I am very excited. And it's not a simulator game.
What game's that?
What have I
12
been doing?
minutes. I have been stalking this game for like a year, I swear. And it's finally released and I'm like, yup, you're going in. Yup, yup,
Which
yup.
one?
12 minutes?
Oh, I think I heard about that.
Yeah.
I need to check it out.
What I'm
Essentially, it's a
excited-
looping day.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
What I'm excited for is I decided I was going to apply to the electrical union in my state. So if I get accepted, I'll have steady hours, even though they're going to be a lot, and I'll be able to.
Hey, Dragoon, how you doing, mate? Welcome in,
actually
welcome
start
in.
Streaming for once in my life, other than D&D.
That's cool.
Great to have you with us today, my friend.
That's
Hope you're doing well.
that's my goal next. My next goal is to get that shiz running again. Because I miss it.
However,
Thoroughly.
I have been experiencing some streamer guilt because I've been playing through the entire Wolfenstein series, and I haven't streamed.
On the right
none
side of
it.
the grass.
You know what?
Love to
I
hear
streamed
it.
Wolfenstein
Love to hear
and
it.
was not the greatest.
Okay, I
Which-
feel less bad.
Yeah, don't feel bad about it because it's an older game. A lot of people were annoyed with it when the last one came out, so a lot of people kind of backed away from it a bit.
Yeah, last
Makes
one
me
wasn't.
scared.
If it
as
was Doom,
good.
then you'd have to yell at yourself. But Wolfenstein, you know.
Oh, I've already played the Doom
Not playing
games.
Doom.
Oh, Doom 2016 is just.
Doom
It's
Eternal's
fun.
so good,
I've got to play Doom Eternal still.
dude.
Is
It's
that the
so
one you were
good.
playing, Bobby?
It is. The
Okay.
2016 one.
I've been
Yeah.
watching him play it. It looks fun. It looks
It
really good.
it's
That's
so
like-
much fun.
Best soundtrack of any game ever. Like,
Oh,
period.
God, the
Good
the
stuff.
ultimate workout soundtrack.
It's
Oh,
perfect
100%.
for the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
so good, so
Thank
good.
you. I'm
Man, this is such a good D&D session.
Yeah.
I have bonus.
I'm
Yes.
guessing that's the baby socks.
Or micro socks.
Could be micro socks.
Could be.
I'm trying to trick
Could also
my
be shoe. Who knows?
Is it you?
It's me.
I'm trying to trick my mind and body right now.
Yeah,
Into
I'm
doing
actually
what?
in the
I'm
household of Firepoison Sugarsockz. I'm in a closet like Harry Potter.
just under the stairs.
Yeah.
I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this.
I'm not. I'm trapped.
I mean,
I'm straight up just D&D revenue generator. It sucks. That's the only
Oh,
time
man.
I get to crawl out of my hole and get to a computer.
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
This is a call for help, by the way.
To be fair, we have a lot of closets, so I'll never find you.
Look.
Oh.
So good.
I've
Also,
half a cantaloupe trying to trick my body into thinking it's sugar.
Okay, I'm here.
It is sugar.
Cantaloupe?
Technically.
Hello.
What?
Yes,
Yeah,
technically.
cantaloupe is,
Yeah, it's
is-
just not
is-
fake sugar. It's natural.
Right.
The
that's
Right,
why-
device that
natural,
processes
thank
it the
you.
same way, but it's still better for
Sugar.
you than candy. What makes me upset is I learned that
Pretty sure that's
potato,
where my migraines come
the second they hit your stomach, just turns into basically sugar. So like, can't eat potatoes anymore and say I'm healthy. That makes me mad.
You can't. It's very starchy.
Yeah, you know.
I know.
The better of the potato cousin is a sweet potato, and they're not actually related. They're distantly related, very distantly.
But my
Sweet
brain's
potato
like,
is
it
goat.
come from dirt. It good for
Yeah.
me.
I mean,
Comes from dirt. It's good for me.
Potatoes are the best.
That's why I
So
eat small rocks.
I haven't had potatoes in like 5 years, so zip.
Yeah, it's
What?
been like
Why?
7 months.
Yeah.
Why?
Keto.
keto, you can't
Why?
have it.
You don't have paid, but no,
It's
nothing
just a starch.
high in carbs. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just anything high in carbs.
It's
My
complex.
cholesterol,
It's
man.
really not good for you. Might as well eat a
No,
bowl
it's
of
really
ice
not.
cream.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
Weight
both,
Watchers is-
both sounds
No
good.
real sugars, no wheat, no high carb. So you stay away from like carrots, potatoes.
Did you hear that? There can't be the real you.
I know.
Alrighty,
only
team.
fake me.
We're going to be
Keto.
getting
Only
started
real
shortly
sugar
now
I
that
get
Sugar
right now,
started
so
up.
leave me be.
Balithal started up. Everyone else's stream started up. We're going to get the recap
Put
going
into
in a
perspective,
second
Weight
here.
Watchers,
And it's going to be great
Weight Watchers
fun.
puts 2 large potatoes at 21 points.
Yeah, it's really bad.
My girlfriend is allowed, like, what are you allowed points wise right now? 29 points a day. So that would literally, if she ate 2 potatoes, she'd be done
Oh,
pretty much.
no,
for the day.
yeah. Eating
Well,
one
I will say
small
for-
potato will blow my macros out for a week.
For Weight Watchers, though, it depends what plan you're on.
Yeah.
There's that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
they're anything like very starchy
Points-
is not great.
But the points are still the same. It's just what kind of intake you're on.
What
for
kind
it.
you're allowed, yeah. Yeah. This is I keep debating on going more paleo. But I'm not sure yet. I don't really want
The
to.
Irish did it for a very long time. It'll be fine.
But the Irish also went out and did manual labor for said potatoes.
This is true.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, you still can't have potatoes on paleo. Paleo's just adding
Yes, you can?
like honey.
Wait,
What's that
very
O
you can't
for?
have honey on keto? Are you serious?
No, major
Why?
sugar.
You
Pure
can't even have
sugar.
carrots.
No,
What
carrots
the
are really
hell?
bad.
Carrots are
Yeah.
high in sugar.
Keto is
Yeah.
no
All
twist on it.
right. Fair.
Do you not remember how much honey I could have when I had to do my gestational diabetes stuff?
Yeah.
Like it's pretty close to a keto diet, and it's
Yeah, it is pretty
like
much.
you
I was given
you
her
think about
recipes
honey,
and
and that's
shit.
about as much as you can have.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
No,
already
thank you.
too
yeah.
much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty bad.
Honey's great.
But paleo, you can have more honey, agave, stuff like that. Keto is a little bit more restricted. But I have found like really good substitutes for things. And a lot of brands are coming out with substitutes that are built with almond flour and coconut flour and, you know, stuff like that. So it makes it a lot easier to really make it simple, where it's not making everything from scratch 24/7, even though I do a lot of that. But you know, like
The reason I
Dunkin'
didn't share.
Hines came out with almond flour cakes now, so I don't have to have the wheat, and I can just pour a box cake out. I don't have to make it from home. It's beautiful.
Nice.
It's my favorite.
Nice.
Hey, Scotty,
Yes.
you should do the recap.
You should do the recap.
yes.
Just gonna make a statement really quick. Kaen is not back yet. He may tap
Right.
in and out just because he's got some stuff going on around the house. And hopefully we don't, but we may lose an enemy if his headache
Yeah.
doesn't go away. So we'll see how that goes. If they dip out, it's okay. We'll just keep going. He's a baby.
I have a replacement. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you trying to say about me?
That
I mean,
you
you have these cute little chubby cheeks, because
I got some
Is
cute
it bye?
chubby cheeks, I'm not gonna lie.
No,
We're
don't
saying
give the
that even
microphone
though-
a kiss. Can you say bye bye?
But mine got beard hair on. I don't know how cute that is.
Good dude. Can you say yay? Yay! Yay! Yay!
You clap all the time.
See, everybody's clapping for you. Yay!
The clap, but I don't think you have a lot of effect.
So that's Sugars and Fire Poison's son Ronan.
Got him.
Mwah.
Okay.
Bye. I got lipstick on you. I'm sorry. It's okay.
So cute.
For your mom, you don't have to apologize.
Yeah, right.
We just found out that he's
allowed to do that.
quote unquote, according to his physical therapist, he's mushy. So that's fun.
What does that? What does that mean?
What was that?
He has loose ligaments in his ankles, like in his feet. So like there's something they were noticing as to why he's not standing is that because his ligaments are so loose in his feet, to him it probably feels like he's trying to stand on a bag of marbles. So he doesn't have the confidence to stand. So now I make fun of him and I call him mushy. So you know, like a proper great parent.
What's his
What I
favorite
do.
song? Is it Footloose? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, it's been a great week, guys. We'll see y'all later.
I
Good
thought
talk.
of it like while you're mid speaking, and I was like, oh no, I feel bad, but I have to tell them this.
Alright, recap time.
Yeah.
No.
Alrighty. So, start of last session, we pick up the party where we just gotten out of the windmill, it's all destroyed, and the party deliberates. We have this new member who suddenly rocked up.
Rogan.
Oh no. Rogar. And it's at this point that Balithal with let's just say Rukhar decides to have a little bit of
Balithal
a.
had nothing to do with it. Okay, it was.
It was Rukhar. Yeah. It was.
I love
yes.
Smithy.
Yes. I was saying your character, more or less. Rukhar had a pretty big problem here. Because having just welcomed in Evanora, having a bit of backstory with bringing in Meepo and everything that happened there, and he just did not want to give Rogar a chance. And didn't trust him and everything, and then Altharion was just trying to keep the peace, and trying to be like, look, give this guy a chance, like he lost his entire party, at least hear him out, let him tell his story, like, does he not want the same things as we do and all that. And Altharion got frustrated to the point where he had to walk away. He just hooded up, he just stormed off. He was not happy. And so at that point, Evanora came over, as did Box, yeah, so Avery, and we just kind of had a bit of a chat about things, and being like Altharion bringing out like that flaw that he has, where he's very in Barovia, he's questioning his leadership, every single decision he makes, every single choice, the wisdom of it, all of that. He's just questioning himself 24/7 at this point, and he just didn't know what to do because he was trying to keep the peace and trying to keep this party together. So through talking with Evanora, and then Avery came over, then Rukhar came over as well, just kind of hashed things out. Then we went back to the main group, and everything kind of got smoothed out. We're giving Rogar a chance, and Rogar himself said, look, I don't expect you to trust me straight away, just give me the opportunity to earn that trust and give me a chance. So that's what we all agreed to do. From this point, we then started to adventure north, kind of northeast, along the path. And we get to this point where nAga and Avery are still drinking the Kool-Aid. nAga also downs a dream pastry. And they see a path with someone standing in it with their arms up, casting a spell. And they're like, guys, there's someone cast a spell there. And I can't remember who else was able to see it, apart from those two. But they could see a clear path. Rogar could.
Was it Rogar? Could Rogar see it?
I could hear
Rogar
it.
did a detect magic and was able to see a glint of it through the trees.
Yeah. So there was actually a path there instead of being through the trees, and we could hear this. Some of us could hear this sound, and so a couple of us. So of course, Avery and nAga walked that path, and they walked to everyone else visibly through the trees. And then each one of us slowly went through, and then Drakax is behind there going, what the heck are you guys all doing? And just because Altharion was very sheepish, he was like arrow knocked, ready to fire an arrow at this person if he was actually there. Walked through and it was fine. Came back, talked with Drakax, and he was just like, well, if that's going to be the shortest way, like, let's go that way. And so we take the carriage through that path and we get through there. And of course, unbeknownst to the characters, nAga and Avery have picked up some insanity ticks, I'd like to say. Like insanity points or something along those lines, where they've got things that they'll do kind of repetitive, but it's noticeable like over time to the characters, I believe, but we haven't picked up on it as of yet. And so then we kind of get to this clearing and we see this lake of water. And of course, nAga decides to go for a swim.
Nope, that was me.
Oh, it was Avery that went for a swim.
Avery.
Yeah,
Avery went for a swim. All right. So Avery goes for a swim. And it was Evanora, Rukhar, and I think it was nAga went in the boat to go and get him out of there because he started to get pulled away. And it also, before this point, Avery had been kind of mimicking Evanora and annoying her, and a couple of us as well, just really starting to push Altharion's buttons again, and Altharion was still dealing with what had just happened, so he was pissed off as all heck, and just didn't want a bar of it, just ignored it, hood up, walked away. And then Drakax was just like, oh, you stupid children. So then it turns out that there's a fisherman that's using hooks the size of meat hooks that you would see in a butchery, butcher's freezer, to fish with. So not boding well. And so Avery starts to try and swim back, but struggles to do so. Has to web his hands and feet, being a changeling, to kind of get through the water. Now, someone, I can't remember who, had an insane perception check and saw it. That he didn't. nAga. So nAga saw that he had made this change. They end up getting Avery back into the water, but the guy on the boat was laughing. And not a funny kind of laugh, a maniacal kind of laugh. Thank goodness they got him back in, brought him to shore. Evanora was not happy about it. Bless you.
Yeah.
And then we all gather back together, and then Stanamier comes running up to us, asking us if we have seen his daughter, if I remember it correctly, Damier. And of course, he runs up to Altharion. And Altharion tells him about what happened at the camp, the color of the fire, all this kind of stuff, and what happened. And Stanamier just falls to his knees, just in dismay. And it was at this point that he said, well, we've got to muster an army. We need more. And so that is where we pick it up. We are traveling into the encampment, I believe, following behind Stanamier, and the session is called "And Into the Fire."
Dun dun dun.
Right?
All right, good job.
Good stuff. All right, cool. So I'm just gonna make sure that I have this done correctly because I don't know.
Hope everyone enjoyed that recap, and you kind of get a sense of what happened last session and kind of catch you up a bit.
Okay. Kane should be with us in just a few minutes. Perfect.
Cool.
All right.
Cool.
So, I don't need that. Why is that there? Okay. As you guys approach the town and you are following Stanamier rather closely, well, some of you anyway, some might be strolling along back. You notice, just taking in the atmosphere around you, the gates to the town are open, but they're iron barred There's large stone and metalwork surrounding this town completely, from edge to edge. And anything that you can see is just essentially wall at this point. You can still hear the hustle and bustle of the city, but you can't really see into it very well. The gate that you're actually entering in on the east gate, some locals are kind of hanging around the door. There's 2 guards, and Stanamier is kind of just tramping along through like mud and muck that's come up on the water because it's pretty close to the shore. And without a bat of an eye, he just walks right through. Coming up behind him is going to be, I need a proper marching order for a moment.
Are we still in the wagons?
Yeah, you can bring everything with you. Totally up to you. I know
I believe
we have...
myself and Drakax are at the end.
We're at the end, yes.
I was 100% in the wagon.
You were in the
I was up at the front with
yeah.
on one side of the horses, and Altharion was on the other, I believe.
Yeah, but I
have that
probably
sheet somewhere.
would have kept time with Stanamier
Right.
at this point.
I think you were kind of going right after him, if I'm remembering correctly.
Evanora would have been right behind Altharion then.
Okay.
I think it was on the horse. Or Varrick was.
I think you were as well. Okay, cool. I have that sheet somewhere. Like, I don't know where it went. But it's here somewhere. Like, I just saw it. Unless I threw it, because that's entirely possible in my absolute madness. Because I had like a little picture drawn of where everybody was, and I don't know where it went. I just
Also, Box, why do you have
it was just in my hand.
why do you have 45 tarot cards dealt?
Oh, you know,
He's
that's just
crazy.
that's just how I be.
I'll steal them back shortly. Don't worry.
No, I took all of them. You can't have them.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of gonna need them for some of the peoples because there's gonna be some reading going on.
That's
Whether
not
it's
scary.
possession,
I'll just take all of them.
Totally fine.
I'm not sure.
Nothing bad comes out of tarot cards. It'll be fine.
No, never.
Never.
Never. It's so good. All right, I don't know where it went. I give up. I don't care. Find it eventually. I'm gonna put this away, and it's gonna be like, poof, there I am.
There it is.
I like how little effort you put into looking for that. You're like, all right, I didn't find it in 5 seconds.
Everything is like right here, so I don't know where the hell it's doesn't make it. I don't know. I swear, don't start with me because I'm gonna lose it. It's right here.
Yeah, it's right
And
there.
it was.
Just look to your left.
I found it. Thank
Hey.
you. Okay.
Man,
I
Babaloo
did it.
is the most helpful.
Yes, he
I
is.
tell my fiance all the time she hates it, but she ends up finding
Motivation.
it works.
Motivation. It works. Okay.
If it makes you mad
So-
enough, and you find it, it really
Yeah,
helps.
because I have like
Just to spite him.
it's all one color like notepad paper for like this campaign, so it had to be right here. This color did
Oh
not
my
leave
god,
my desk like this
you
entire
and
time.
Sugar are the
Yes,
same person.
I am
swear to
Sugar's
God.
twin. Yeah.
We're the same
I
person.
am
It's
aware.
great.
Yeah, it's kind of horrifying yet totally satisfying that I know she understands.
We
The
were
Jennifer's for
talking
life.
about like budget
We've talked
stuff
about
today,
this.
and she whipped out a pen, and I was like, "All right, here we go."
Yeah. As soon as I started taking over like the vinyl stuff, I just went upstairs with like notepads and pens, and he was like, "Shit, the wall is just covered in stuff now."
Yeah, I was like, "Do we need to go buy a notebook?"
Like, yep. I don't even
So
need to buy them
mean.
anymore. I just have them all over the place.
Hey,
It's-
one of us needs
yeah.
to be organized. I appreciate
exactly. Exactly. And if I didn't write things down, my brain would forget in about 32 seconds. Yeah. It's one of those things. Anywho, all right. So as you guys start to make your way up, Altharion's kind of leading everyone along back to your normal marching. So Varrick and Evanora are on horses. Yeah. Rukhar is walking up by Varrick. nAga, Avery, and the frogs are on the on the cart. And Rukhar, Drakax, and Carric are in the back. I think I got those names right.
Nope.
I didn't. mix them up,
You
didn't
did
I?
it again.
Rogar, and it's gonna happen because you're too similar. All right.
Oh my god, Don.
I'll get
Sorry. Totally not watching somebody else's stream while I'm streaming.
No.
Wow.
Why would you not do that? I mean, you know. All right. So, as you start to make your way, you get up to the front gate. Stanamier is only, I don't know, maybe 5-ish, 10 feet ahead of you. He walks past the guards, and the guards instantly step in front of you and stop you. It's a male and a female, both human, kind of rugged. They have definitely been here a long while. Much like everybody else that you've seemed to notice, their skin is kind of grayed out from lack of sun. They seem kind of tired and bored, a little lifeless.
These guys need some vitamin D.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, everyone kind of does. They carry large pikes. And they kind of just stand there kind of casually. They don't look like they're guarding. They just want to know who you are. You can see them kind of looking a little quizzically, and Stanamier is standing directly behind them, almost at their shoulders, whispering, as Altharion comes straight up to them. The male puts his hand up in front of you, just for a second, kind of gives you like that, give me 1 second look while he's listening to Stanamier talk. And he looks at you a little bit more quizzically than he was prior. The female kind of smirks a little bit as she kind of eyes everyone up. And she stands a little taller for a second. She goes, I need names before you can enter the city.
In what order would you like them?
We can start with you. Just go down the list.
Well, I'll start with myself and I'll walk through who's coming through behind me in order.
Sure.
So I am Altharion. Then behind me we have got Evanora. On one of the horses we have got Varrick. Beside him we have got Rukhar. In the back of our carriage we have got 2 more of our party members, Avery and nAga. And then bring up the rear we've got the remaining 3 of our party, Rogar, Drakax, and Carric.
And she kind of nods, and you can see her kind of like looking over. She's fairly tall. She kind of doesn't have to look too tall to look over the carriage. She stands, how tall are you? 5'6". She stands over a foot taller than you. The male next to her is significantly shorter, and she kind of just raises an eyebrow, and she's like, you can go in. One wrong move, though. You'll all be in the dungeon. And she winks at you a little bit, and the male starts kind of chuckling a little, and Stanamier goes, all right, let's go, show's over, and he moves on, and they step out of the way. She winks at you a little as you walk by, and as you start to go, she peers a little into the cart. The male looks at her afterwards, and they start kind of whispering behind. And Carric, you can overhear them talking, and they're pointing out what races everyone is, very specifically. She's like, oh, this is the party with the 2 Dragonborns.
We do.
All right, as we get to this point, I'm gonna hopefully switch your map over.
Everybody hold on.
I know.
Hold on to the seat of your pants, ladies and gentlemen.
So she's this just a little bit shorter than my character. She's tall, like tall.
She's taller than your character.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I can't have that.
Altharion's 5'6", and she's over a foot taller than him.
No, Altharion's 6 foot. Altharion
6
6 foot. Yeah.
Is he though?
Yeah, he is.
That's not-
He's
that's
a
not
half
the
elf,
character
man. They're
choice,
tall.
that's
Like, they're decent height.
He's still over a foot taller than
Not
you.
what your character
Jesus
choice says.
Christ.
That's
I mean,
tall.
humans are too, but look at Naga.
Yeah, but you're like a 15-year-old.
The nitty bitty human.
I mean,
I was over
I'm
6
wrong.
foot when I was 15, so
Same.
I
Where
don't
is Altharion, by the way? You're just like walking alongside the carriage?
I'm ahead.
he's ahead of the carriage.
Yeah.
Okay, now Naga's going to jump
you're
out of the
a head
wagon and go to
shorter than the
Altharion.
guard.
Yeah.
She's
the tall one.
as the carriage goes by, I'm gonna say my name's Avery, but you can call me whatever you like to the lady as we go by.
Oh no.
Oh my.
She's kind of caught off guard, but she smiles and she's like, "I'll think about it then."
I'm gonna look back at Naga and I'm do the thing where like you pump your fist down and go.
Yes.
Never gonna speak to her ever again.
Never. Well,
Jack
we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have him roll charisma on that one.
Yeah, right.
You want me to?
No.
I mean, it was
As,
More
um,
opportunities.
as we're coming through the gates, or as Rogar is coming through the gates anyways, he's going to glance behind him just to see if the Nightmare Steeds are still there or if they've advanced any closer.
Perception?
I know how to do this.
Got this.
Here, there we go. There we go.
Nice. You notice the shadow way in the back. It's kind of hard to tell if it's them or not, but to you it looks like it is. But they're not leaving the shadows.
So chat, there's a little bit of
They're still like back on that tree line.
They're still way back in the tree line.
outside of game
Okay.
role play
To
happening
you, it
between
looks like
Altharion
they're
and
definitely
nAga.
closer, but
So
in the shadows,
just
and they're not.
that's
too
kind of
close.
happening as well.
Got it. So he's just
All
going
right.
to take a mental note of that and continue through.
Perfect. Just to make sure everyone has a character on this sheet, we are now in our next town, and
Mhm.
everyone can see.
Yes.
There's no black screens. Okay.
I can see. I
Beautiful.
can fight.
Characters are moving
Why
around.
am I so
Beautiful.
small?
Nice.
Because this map is stupid sized, I made everybody really tiny. But please feel free to reassign yourself if you need to be slightly larger. I just wanted to make sure I fit you in there. You should be able to, I don't know, you should be able to click it and make it a little larger.
The
like
option
a
I'm
is
drag
small enough
bomb.
that I can't see my hit points.
Yeah,
Zoom in.
I mean, I can't see your hit points either, to be honest.
Alrighty, so
Oh, I
as you
still
can
have
see,
only 20
chat,
hit points.
we're
Oh.
all down around here.
I can make
Yeah,
it
we should make
bigger.
those health bars
There we
visible to
go.
everyone.
Thank you.
So
Are we able to do that? I think
yours-
it's a DM thing.
I think it's a me thing.
I think it's just for you, right?
No, 1 second. I can actually make that. I can make them visible. I could do it after this session and make them all visible.
Sweet.
Because if I don't know who I just clicked on.
It's gonna
Like
ruin my
Carric
Damier-
should have just had them pop up.
Yeah, it did.
Okay, so I can do that to
I see it
everybody,
on me,
so you
on
can see
him.
them.
Yeah.
I could do that. That's not a problem. Yeah, it's really only takes a couple seconds. Anywho, as you guys start to enter the city, let me pull up my next little barrier of information here. You are what section are you in? Okay, cool. You see ahead of you there's dirt roads that kind of go off into multiple different directions. There's a large stockyard that's got a bunch of what look like sheds along the periphery of the yard, and it's adjacent to like a larger, more significant warehouse. There's a wooden sign at the gate that say Aasimar Stockyard. I will write that down after for anybody who wants to remember. Just so I remember. Okay. At the south end, kind of closer to where you are, there's a sturdy carnival wagon. It's colorful, but the paint is peeling. There's lettering on the side that's kind of half there, but looking at it a little deeper, it says Rictavio's Carnival of Wonders. And there's a huge, and I mean very large, padlock that has the back door shut.
Get on that bird.
Already?
No, not yet. Besides, I can
Beautiful.
totally open that.
I mean, yeah. So, looking through, there's smaller sheds, there's some houses, people are bustling everywhere. This is definitely much more populated than any of the other little towns that you've passed through. In fact, this reminds everyone of home a little bit. It's very active. It's even busier than Oakhurst was. Even with traders passing through, this is still, it feels alive compared to everything that you've seen. But everyone that's walking around seems dull. Just doing their job.
Hey, those are my party mates you're talking about.
Wow.
Not quite what I meant, but
I was defending you guys. Why are you guys getting all upset?
beautiful. All right, where the hell is that? Second, I don't even know where that is. Oh, fun. Okay. As you're looking through and you start to make your way past this stockyard a little bit, the square in the center of the town is incredibly busy. It's much busier than any of the outskirts. The shops and there's homes, everything that encloses this tiny yet bustling town square is decorated with tattered garland and wooden boxes that are painted, but they're all filled with tiny little dead flowers. At the north end, there's a row of stocks. Locked in them are several men, women, and children, by the way, wearing like plaster donkey heads, from what you could tell.
Well,
What?
That's a
That
bit
kind of
sadistic.
In the center of the square, there's a couple of peasants wearing like patchwork clothing. They eye you up a little bit, and they take vases to draw water from like a disheveled fountain that's kind of central. Standing tall in the center of the fountain, though, is a gray statue of a very large but impressive-looking man facing to the west. And all around the square, posted, is a little sign that says, "Come one, come all, to the greatest celebration of the year. The Wolf's Head Jamboree. Attendance and children required. Pikes will be provided. All will be well. The Baron." I will copy and paste that into Discord so you guys have it. It's absolutely amazing. I love it.
I'm gonna need that on Barovian letterhead.
Yeah, I will work on that for you.
Gotta have it that way.
Is
So,
there actually a
Bird,
handout
you
for it? Oh, boo.
you said that
Right.
the statue was facing west, yeah?
Facing west, yes.
Yep.
I can't tell which way's which when I'm above ground.
Dwarves.
Let's see. Do. Okay, cool. So as you guys are standing there, kind of taking everything in a little bit, what would you like to do? Mention, see, walk around? Let me know where we can go now. This is a large region, to be fair.
Carnival, you said, was locked, right?
The one cart, yes, that was behind you. Yeah. A little bit further to the east where you guys came in. So right about now, you are, I will just put a ping because it's easier than moving all of your damn characters. You are right about here.
Okay.
The stockyard is going to be about there, where you first entered. There's so much shit going on this sheet right now that I couldn't even tell you which ones were your characters, to be honest. Not a chance.
So the stockyard was in the back.
Yeah.
And then
So we
the
can
carnival's
actually-
gonna be like here. Oh, I don't know how to ping.
I just hold your mouse down. And it should hold a ping. Yeah,
The
right about
pings
there.
are right there. Okay.
So we can actually draw some shapey shapes if we would like, or if you guys want to write on the map, you're more than welcome. If you want to mark some things down for yourselves, please feel free. I don't mind. So the carnival, can I have a thing? No?
Nope.
You're gonna let me do it. That's not gonna let me do the thing. All right, so the
You're the one who can't do the
stockyard is
thing?
about here. Yeah, right? Stockyard's about there. And a little bit to the south of it is going to be the carnival cart that's locked up tight. Then you guys are in this square, which is here. Yeah. And we'll continue on as we go. But feel free to go to the drawing stuff and mark shit down. You guys are more than welcome. I'm not gonna like clear it out. Just because if we come back, at least you'll remember where things are, kind of.
So the stockyards, because I've got
The
just...
red roof.
The red roof.
Okay.
The red roof circle. Yeah.
So I just
You
need
can
to-
also type on the map. Yeah, exactly. I just can't physically see it. There's way too much crap.
Yeah, I'm doing said typing.
Yeah. Beautiful.
I'm just trying to
Thanks,
get the
Scotty.
color right so that it's bright enough and clear enough that we can all see it. Because I don't think black's gonna blend in. Is black gonna work?
Yeah.
No. Me. No.
It's so much easier on a tablet, I tell you.
Can everyone see that
And
white,
handwrite
or does
shit
it
in
need
there.
to be?
Oh, for me, it's pretty clear, to be honest. but
White's
that's
pretty
just
clear, yeah.
My eyeballs.
Okay.
You can always zoom in to see it nice and bright, to be honest.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
nAga, nice. Nice.
nAga was here.
Beautiful. Let me just copy and paste. So you guys let me know what you guys would like to do. You can keep watching. Around you, like I said, is a bunch of townspeople. They're going through. Like I said, there's a few peasants grabbing some water. There are guards walking around. But you lost sight of Stanamier. You're not quite sure where he went. You thought he went this way. But now you in the bustling and the hustle of the town city.
The town city, got it.
The town city. You don't see him. But everyone
Okay.
kind of looks the same. Everyone's dull and drab, and it's weird. It's eerie.
Being able to write labels, chat, is going to help so much later on.
I'm trying to find the name of the thing so I can throw it down there. Oh, it's pretty. Okay, cool. I can actually show you guys this, show to everyone. That is the Ratavia's Carnival that you guys saw before.
Ooh, that's cool.
Pretty small carnival, just want to say.
I should smart opinions.
It's a
I
carnival
have
of gnomes, okay?
expectations.
Relax.
I know. All right, let me go backwards.
Carnival of Wonders. Yes.
Yeah.
That looks inviting.
Does
It's a bunch of
Get
kobolds.
children into that.
Nope.
like it.
Nope.
I mean, I'm totally down.
Actually, a kobold carnival sounds great.
Yes.
not to Rukhar.
Fantastic.
He loves
Hey.
kobolds.
In the stock
I'll have you know I
yard.
used to play Gnome Ball. That was fun.
Gnome ball.
I don't know if anybody here knows what that is, but used to play Gnome Ball.
Why are you playing with gnome balls?
I mean,
Because they're tiny and
oh man, love it. All right, cool. Yeah, you you guys let me know if you'd like to continue or if you'd like me to backtrack.
So I have like a bunch of crap from the Citadel that I need to sell. Is there anywhere to sell that stuff?
Quite possibly. Up ahead a little bit, maybe.
Okay. I mean, if it's we'll get there, then we'll get there.
Yeah, definitely likely to get to a lot of places that you're not expecting to get to.
That we're not expecting to get to?
Yeah, you probably wouldn't expect things like this to actually be here, which is amusing to me.
Okay. I'm expecting danger, so.
I mean, you should.
Right.
Yeah.
Danger.
You should. You should always expect danger.
Is there
Where did my
any
other sheet go? Mhm.
is there any kind of like larger buildings that we can see around the main square?
So from where you're standing, you can see. Yes, actually, you can see. Where is it? I'm trying to like scope myself out here. Directly behind you, a little bit in the middle here. Let me get back to my pointer stick. Here-ish is what looks like a larger coffee shop.
Mm-hmm.
There's just an image of what looks like a coffee grinder on a large sign outside hanging. It looks a little dark and cramped. It's tight at the entrance, but definitely open. As the door is open, so obviously they're there.
Mm-hmm.
And just ahead of you, there's a large shop entrance. It's one of the larger buildings there in the front. That has what looks like toys in the windows.
Creepy.
People are walking around with items. So there's got to be more, but from where you are, that's pretty much all you can see.
Okay.
Now, where the hell did I put that sheet? There's just one
there.
sheet I lose every single time, and I need it because I don't know. Hi, very funny. I don't know when it's going to come up, and I'm afraid that I'm not going to have it, and I'm just, preparing myself, and this is what I do to myself every time. I pinned it at one point. I don't know where it went. But please feel free to lead me around. However you'd like. If you'd like to keep traversing, just getting a lay of the land, you're more than welcome. If you'd like to start searching around for Stanamier, stop to talk to people, you let me know.
All right, so the stockyard. I'm assuming there's like animals and stuff there.
There's lots of things. There's the stockyard pretty much looked just like a bunch of storage containers, essentially.
I was thinking like livestock yard.
No, I mean, there might be, but from what you could see just from the entrance, you don't really smell any livestock. Even though you would expect to.
No war pigs
It doesn't,
or wargs or anything.
no, nothing that you can smell or hear. No. Nothing that you would expect like that. Did I find it? I found it.
So what was the answer for the selling stuff?
You haven't gotten there yet.
Okay. I'm still in limbo. Got it.
I guess Altharion will kind of turn to the group and will go, look, as Madame Eva told us, every settlement's going to have something for us to do. Like, it's going to be a trial, or it's going to be a task that is going to test us, to prepare us to deal with Strap. So, I think we've got to find whoever's in charge and figure out what that is. I think that's the best path forward, because we don't want to be too delayed. Like, I know we all want to get back home. We don't want to be stuck here forever. So, who likes the sound of that idea?
That's good.
Evanora agrees.
Yeah, sounds good.
Rogar agrees.
Naga's okay with being stuck here forever.
He enjoys the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, he does.
Precisely.
Kool-Aid's great. What are you talking about?
Cool. I found the thing I needed. Woot woot.
Nice.
So I guess, you know, the next course of action would be like maybe let's see if there are any guards around that we could potentially ask where, like, for lack of a better term, like the government buildings of the settlement is, so that we can, you know, at least see if we're able to start to find out what's going on.
Okay. Perception to look around?
Sure. Where are we?
Hold on, let me roll my 20.
Oh dear.
Excuse you. Excuse you.
What? Jesus.
No, he called it 20 though.
You're not allowed to call the 20s, all right?
Is that better?
Say it. Yeah, that's much better.
Let's go.
Much more expected. Much more expected. All right, so.
I'm like,
Yeah.
Very dwarf-like of you.
Love it. As you're looking around a little bit, you do see guards walking around. So they seem kind of distracted. Get off my screen. They seem a little distracted, primarily by the donkey heads. By the judge of it, this is the government. This is where everything takes place. They don't do anything privately. You see stacks of paperwork around the stocks, of scrolls and ledgers of people that have caused them some issues. You're looking a little closer at everything, especially with these ridiculous rolls. And you notice that on the opposite side of this proclamation that you noticed from the Baron, that there's another one. And this one says, "Come one, come all, to the greatest celebration of the year, the Festival of the Blazing Sun. Attendants and children required. Rain or shine, all will be well. The Baron."
I don't like this whole attendance and children required.
Yeah.
That seems very like we're sacrificing kids, and I don't know about that.
Yeah, Naga's
And
going
it's
to
in
look
both
amongst
statements
all of
so
you
far.
like with uh-oh kind of look.
Yeah, it's very like midsummery vibes.
Oh, Naga, you gotta go.
Naga dons a fake beard
mean-
quickly.
It's kind of messed
What
up.
for the sunrise?
I
Jesus
mean,
Christ.
it's close, but I believe the actual saying is blood for the blood god. Let's get it right.
Blood for the blood god.
Skulls for the skull throne. Anyway,
And we saw around us, we see, you said there was men and children with donkey masks locked up or something like that around us?
Yeah. Yes. There are, let me just double check the amount here. Boop, 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 boop. Several men, women, and children wearing crude plaster donkey heads are in
And
the
they're-
stocks.
so those are the
In the
politicians.
stocks.
Those are the politicians. Mhm. I mean,
I don't like this.
I don't have an answer for that. As you're standing and you're noticing all of this stuff going on around you, you notice a larger man walk through, and he's ripping down the old proclamations about the Wolf's Head Jamboree. He's just ripping them and throwing them on the floor. He's pulling them all down, and he's leaving all of the Blazing Sun. He's got two guards with him, kind of flanking him, and he just seems grumpy. Like he does not have a good appearance. He does not seem approachable.
I like him already.
Okay.
Rukhar's over here like, my man.
Right?
Rogar's. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say Rogar's gonna turn to Altharion and be like, he looks like somebody of importance that we should probably talk to.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm not particularly keen on talking to the people in the donkeys' heads as of yet. That's just a bit weird to me right now. This person seems like they know what's up. So
That's the part that's weird.
Yeah, nAga looks at the angel next to him and the two dragon dudes and is like,
Donkey masks? That's where we draw the line?
right?
Of all the things that we just like walked in on, that's the like hard pass.
So a half elf, a dragonborn, and an angel walked into a bar.
Too. Right.
I don't.
But I definitely think we should be talking with this gentleman first.
Yeah.
Or at least attempt to.
Yeah.
So as you're discussing kind of amongst yourselves where to go and what to do, you see him stop in front of the stocks, and he's just kind of standing, broad-shouldered, arms crossed, and he has like a smirk. And he looks at the two guards that are with him, and he nods. And at that nod, the two guards start ridiculing and making fun of and harassing these donkey head wearers. As they start, some other town folk start to join. And he just stands there and he watches. And he smiles and he seems very proud of himself.
Yeah, I'm sure it took a lot of energy to nod.
I mean... Beautiful. This is the man that you see there.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know you put a hand out for him.
Oh.
I'm excited.
Y'all want to talk to him first?
Hell yeah.
He's scary. I like him.
Dude, I want that axe. Let's kill him.
I want that axe too.
What is it anyway?
Murder hobos activate.
Oh no.
Our powers combined.
How many guards are there?
Two.
He has two, but there's many throughout the city just roaming.
This guy does not look friendly, chat. He does not look friendly at all.
You guys gonna approach him to speak? Is that what we're doing?
Rogar's gonna sort of look to Altharion and then start making his way towards him.
Okay.
Altharion will also join him, and yeah.
Evanora will very reluctantly follow
I
him.
don't know where my character is, so I'm...
Hey, Game On Steve, how you doing? Welcome in, welcome in.
nAga will back up in the opposite direction of where all they are going.
Yeah, you're there.
Because like, no, we're not doing this today.
He's like, no, thank you.
He totally does it. He notices you, but he's not going to talk to you first. He's very preoccupied, enjoying the mockery that's going on.
Altharion will pipe up and go, excuse me, good sir. Sorry to interrupt your enjoyment of what is occurring. Do you mind if we ask you a few questions?
Raises his eyebrow at you, and he still keeps his eyes on the escapade and goes, sure. How can I help you?
We have just arrived in the city. We are acquaintances of Stanamier and Madame Eva, and we've just arrived here from the Bone Grinder, and we're wanting to kind of get an idea of if there's anything that we can help out with in this settlement, as Madame Eva had given us some information that each settlement will kind of have something for us.
You're with them. Okay. And he turns completely away from what's going on, and he looks you right in the eye. And he goes, I'm Burgomaster Isaac. I'll show you around. Would you care to follow me around? I will give you a good lay of the land. I can show you where Stanamier is, and possibly use some help around here.
Yeah, that would be greatly appreciated, good sir.
Alright, I'll throw that in there so you have his name. He seems oddly friendly for such a grumpy look. Almost as if he knew you were coming.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that one right there.
As you guys do follow him, he kind of waves you along. He seems a lot easier to talk to than you'd have expected. But as you do walk by with those freaking perceptions, the few people that were in the stocks, or are in the stocks.
Nice game on Steve. Get onto it.
There's 3 men, 2 women, and 2 boys.
And that was in
They're
the
all
stocks?
commoners. Those are all in the stocks. Yeah, they're all commoners. All of what seems to be human. And they're wet. They look. Their bodies are weak looking. They're kind of just hanging there, essentially.
And they're wet.
And they're wet. And they look like they haven't eaten in a while.
So we're all near tall, dark, and brooding.
Yeah, nice, Dragoon. Nice.
Following along.
Always reiterate on your lists. Always.
I'm gonna.
Shorter than he's gonna be in a second.
I want to ask what's the deal with all the donkey stuff.
He kind of looks at you and goes, that's a good question. He goes, they were arrested for malicious unhappiness.
Malicious unhappiness.
Me?
They'll be free soon.
As he said, malicious unhappiness. I'm just gonna start like slowing down so that I get further away from him. Go back to
Naga's going to
weird.
do the same thing. Yeah.
I don't think I like this guy anymore.
I think Rukhar is gonna ask, how will they be released?
When their time is up, they'll just be let go. They'll be free to roam the town again, go back to their homes.
Okay, but you make it sound more like when they're ready to like fire.
Yeah, right?
It's kind of like these guys give me the heebie-jeebies.
The boys will make it for sure. They are strong.
Concerning.
Not really. It's normal around here. So as he starts walking you guys through, he kind of starts pointing out certain regions to you. Directly, make sure I have all of my information here correctly. He's going to walk you more west. So you are going to be passing the toy store. He's going to kind of stop at each of the major locations very briefly, and kind of expects you to keep up. He's kind of valiantly walking. He's got a mission. So he points out and he goes, "This is Blinsky's, toys, curios, stuff like that." He goes, "I like
Okay,
the
but is
dollar."
it like a Toys R Us or
Like Battleaxe toys?
No, it's more like a collector's toys, like a legit toy maker.
Okay. This is important for reasons.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna grab nAga by the back of his collar and keep him moving with us.
Fair.
You're reaching up to do that, like a.
No, he's actually the only one shorter than me, so.
Is this down here, Bird? Is that like down
I thought it was more up here.
No, it's right here. Yeah.
there? Up there? Okay.
Like, see that circle in the middle
Yep.
there? It's like right over that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Cool.
As you continue through, directly across the street from that, in that orange roofed building, is the Blue Water Inn. He said if you plan to stay for any long period of time, they do have rooms for rent. You're more than welcome. And as Stanamier's guest, they will give you a discount. He takes a left and takes you down in here. Yeah, so he takes a left, takes you down in here, and there's a larger building kind of centered in the back there. That is where he lives. That is his mansion. Oh, is there a handout? Oh, no. Not that kind of handout. All right. So that is the Burgomaster's mansion. So you can find him there. And now we're getting into names that I'm going to struggle to say, so I may rename them, just saying. He comes back up and through, follows that road around, and he stops here, and he points to the far west at the largest building in the region. Yeah, that one. And that is St. Andrew's Church.
St. Andrew's Church?
Yeah, Andrels.
Andrels,
so
okay.
Yeah, St. Andrew's Church. I'll throw that into Lorekeeper as well. He doesn't mention much about it, and he doesn't go over there. He just points. Because you can find a priest if you need one over there. And he points and then turns right back around. He kind of weaves you through parts, mostly residential, smaller homes, nothing super crazy. He will come back up north. Crap. Making sure I'm not missing anything here. We saw that. We saw that. Okay, cool. Where is that? Oh, I guess it's on the outside somewhere. Yes. Okay. He'll weave you through and around a little bit, and he comes up here. This is where Stanamier is staying. So you can keep an eye on this location as well. This is, I'm just going to call it the Water House, but it's definitely like Germanish with how they spell it. So there you go. Like the Wachter House is kind of more what it is.
Oh, that's where Damier is?
That is where Stanamier is, yes. It is not their house, but it is where they stay when they come. I'm just making sure that I'm not missing any of the locations here because there's so many of them. All right, so I've got Angel's Church, the inn, the mansion, the water house, the stockyard. Going forward, the coffee maker. Where? And where they're staying. Perfect. Good.
This is good fun, team. I'm loving this. Getting the exploration of the settlement.
Along this walk, and as he's pointing out these different locations, people are walking by him. Mostly everyone that you pass by looks down at the ground when they walk past him. They do not talk to him. They don't make eye contact. He has somewhat of an aura that you guys have already been sensing. You're not so comfortable around him, but clearly he knows the most.
I think Rogar's. Oh, sorry.
No, go for it.
Rogar's gonna ask about the Festival of the Blazing Sun, mentioning that we saw some of the notices around town and that he was removing some of the other ones, and sort of ask for some more information on the Festival of the Blazing Sun.
Okay. Let me find it. Okay, here it is. Okay. I have no idea. It's not on here. I hate when they give me information and then they're like, yeah, deal with it. Okay. Seriously? Oh, I'll find it. Give me a minute. I know where it is. In other locations, because why wouldn't it be? Some of these things are put together so shitty, and I really should have looked at it first. Oh, there it is. All right, so along the way, obviously, you asked this question, and he mentions it, and he said the Wolf's Head Jamboree had just ended, and upcoming is the Festival of the Blazing Sun, which takes place in about 2 days. You can. Okay, well, that's good to know. It's run by the carnival, hosted by the Baron.
Okay.
There's no other name given. He just says the Baron all the time. It's almost every other sentence that he says when discussing anything that has to do with the town itself it's the Baron's will. I'm just trying to see if there's any like specifics about this stupid thing.
Y'all hear 3 really loud clacks behind you, by the way, in the middle of all this.
Oh boy.
No, he doesn't really say anything special about it. He just starts talking about it's a carnival essentially for the children. Everyone is invited. The children are required. So therefore their parents should be there. And he mentions that everyone that comes has a child. And everyone in the town does attend.
How many kids do we see as we're walking around?
Dozens. There's probably a child at every turn.
Uh-oh.
Rogar's going to ask Burgomaster Isaac, you keep mentioning this Baron, yet through the tour we didn't see his house or anything. Who is the Baron and what does he mean to the city?
Or her house? How sexist.
Or her house, sorry. Well, it would be Baroness.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be Baroness. Yeah, that's the Baroness, Sugar. God. Wow.
I mean,
I could be a
waiter.
Baron if I want to.
Yeah. Waiter can be gender neutral too.
My bad.
2021.
My bad.
Okay.
Okay, my apologies.
So he looks and he nods and he goes, the Baron doesn't live here. He just visits. And it's Baron Vargas Valikovic.
That's a name.
That is a name.
Yeah.
I'm glad I found that when you mentioned it.
Look, any character with 2 V's
Like,
as their initials is a villain.
Is badass.
It's true.
Vampire. 100%.
That
If
is a
it's
very
got 2
vampire
V's
name.
and
Yeah,
it's hard to
Baron.
pronounce, villain.
Hard to pronounce. Name's Baron, has 2 V's in his name.
Just
Vampire.
If it sounds like 16th century Slovakia, it is a vampire.
If it walks, like a duck and sounds like a duck,
It's a vampire.
vampire.
That's like saying where there's smoke, there's fire. Like, come on.
I mean,
Nice, Dragoon. Swapping infiltrators for incursors, dropping eliminators and chaplain, normal chaplain, repulsor, 6-man eradicators instead of 5-man.
Visits.
Nice. Sounds good,
his name,
Dragoon.
right? He doesn't live here.
Yeah,
So,
he lives just outside of town.
okay, Rogar will ask how often does he come visit the city? He seems to be organizing all these events, so does he come by daily or?
He's definitely here daily. You'll probably see him if you stick around. He comes closer to nighttime.
shocker.
That's what I was looking for.
100% vampire.
Oh, you typed it out? Oh, yeah. Typed out? Yeah, that's definitely a villain.
Rogar will then ask if there's a way to potentially organize a meeting with him in the next coming days.
Well, he'll be here for the festival. You're more than welcome.
Naga
Or an
turns around.
introduction, I guess I should say.
I mean, you'll find him. I don't know if I could get him locked down anywhere, but be around.
He's a busy
And he kind
dude.
of looks
His
around the
calendar's
group of
packed.
you, and he goes. He looks at all of you, and he manages to look down towards nAga. Goes, you'll fit right in.
Uh-oh.
That's the last thing I wanted to hear.
Uh-oh.
What?
I see where this is going now.
Mm-hmm.
Have to have a Naga rescue mission.
Naga is frantically looking for said fake beard.
He's straight up like, nope.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, yeah.
No,
That's gonna be a
I was just out of character. I could totally at some point just oh no, it's disguise self. That doesn't work. I was gonna potentially say, oh, I could use that on Naga to help him out, but no.
The disguise kit you could borrow.
Now that's a thought.
Do you have one?
Yeah, I do. Here. Let me 100% make sure because I don't want to be talking at my own butt. But disguise
the
kit. Yep.
bestest of best friends.
I got one for you. Here, take it. I'm gonna give Naga my disguise kit. Because we all know I'll be needing it.
Yeah, I think it's funny that a changeling has a disguise kit.
It came with the stuff. It came with the stuff. Alright.
Evanora is going to speak up and just ask why children specifically.
He kind of looks at you and he smiles and he goes, that's a great question. He goes, I don't like children. He goes, but the Baron particularly wants to see everyone here happy. And happy children make happy adults. He goes, so we have festivals. And we throw parties, and everyone has to have a child that they can be happy. And he kind of makes a grumbled, like disgusted sound towards the end of it, kind of like a, ugh. I really don't like children. He goes, but I'm not the Baron.
Okay, this is getting now very like somebody needs to be
If
put
you've
on
already
the
got
list
the base snaggers,
somewhere,
I would
a
stick with those
database,
first.
Maybe.
Is there a pedophile database?
Oh.
I mean, just a little bit.
Yeah, guys. In my town, if you want to live here, you have to have a kid. Just so you're more happy. No other reason. Also, I only sneak around at night. Don't worry about it.
It's feeling very. This Baron should be on a list somewhere.
Dude, Chris Hansen would have a field day in this town.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. So Altharion will pipe up and go. Is there anywhere else? First off, is there anywhere else that the Baron's going to be showing us, or have we kind of gotten to the end?
No, I think this is where he's going to stop. There are more locations that you've noticed that he didn't mention.
Okay. So Altharion will pipe up and go, "Thank you for showing us around, Burgomaster Isaac. It's greatly appreciated, especially showing us where Stanamier is, because he kind of ran off just after we entered town. However, you did mention that there was something that we could potentially help you out with. Would you care to elaborate?"
Well, sure. So there's a mage in the area who we haven't seen in a while. And I was kind of hoping that you'd be able to find him. He's around somewhere. There's sightings, supposedly, but I haven't seen him. And we like to make sure that the mage is well kept. He's a long descendant in these areas, and
well kept.
we're a little
Like a coat?
worried that if he isn't found and not cared for, he might snap. So
Oh no.
possibly if you could keep an eye out for him, that would be super helpful.
That's the only thing that's gonna get snapped around here.
Gross.
Just say it out loud.
Okay. Thanks for letting us know. We'll keep our eyes out. Do you have any information regarding the last sighting of where he was, or she?
The north side of the lake. There's a way around it if you go all the way around, but there's boats you could take it straight through.
We can just swim.
Be careful of Bluto. You don't want to deal with him.
Ludo?
Bluto. Kind of like Pluto, but with a B.
With a B, got it.
Yeah.
And what is this Bluto you speak of?
Bluto fishes out there every day. He swears he'll bring fish home, and he never does.
Oh. I'm gonna need spinach.
Maybe.
Down a can, both items.
Okay. Thank you very much. We'll go speak with Stanamier, and then we'll see what we can do about potentially locating this mage for you.
Thank you. I'd appreciate it. And you know where to find me. I brought you there before. And it kind of turns, doesn't say goodbye, doesn't really catch eye contact with anybody else, and just spins and leaves. As he leaves, and whoever decides to eye him from behind, you notice that the two guards that he had prior were not very far behind.
Guy with that kind of personality needs guards.
Yep.
Or if that stature as well.
Well, I'm just happy he's not as into kids as the Baron is.
No, he has somewhat,
Spirit
by
is
the
thing.
look of it, visceral hatred for children.
Well, it's better than
Oh, you don't
a
say.
visceral love.
Yeah, I mean, just saying, that's 100%. All right, so you guys want to speak with Stanamier, correct? That's where you're going?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you sure? I mean, you can go somewhere else if you want.
Sure.
I want to go somewhere that's not this town. Thank you.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm just gonna say that's no.
Gotta say that two Burgermeisters that I know of that don't like kids. The last one was from my childhood, and he banned toys from the town. So
yeah,
that's all I know. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my god. A little early for Christmas, dude.
I'm just saying. That's two that I know of that don't like kids. I'm
2 out
getting
of 2, right?
Also, where can we find garlic in this town?
And what it
Probably
takes.
the inn. The inn, likely.
I doubt it.
never know what you'll find. This place
And
is
the inn
very...
is on the way to Stanamier, right?
No, you're at Stanamier. You're pretty much
we're
at
at
Stanamier's
Stanamier's? Okay.
door right now. Yeah. He left you off in front of their house, which is like right here.
Well, yeah, I guess Altharion will turn to the party. Do we want to talk to Stanamier now, or do we want to look through the town? I know some of us do potentially want to sell some things. We've been carrying a lot of gear.
Right.
Like, what do you guys want to do?
Excuse my hiccup.
Rukhar will mention while we're here now, so might as well talk to Stanamier.
True that.
Is everyone in agreement?
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. I'll walk up to the door and give it a nice good knock.
Knock, knock, knock. All right, cool. Let me... That was quick. All right.
Let's
so,
see how this unfolds, chat.
as you're
This is gonna be
standing at the
interesting.
door, taking a little look around, the house seems disgusted with itself. It's slouching. There's a roof hanging heavy. It's moss covered. Walls are sagging and bulging. There's vegetation everywhere. It looks like it's very unkept. No one cares for this house whatsoever. You're kind of looking it over and you're standing at the door, and after your big ol' knocks, the house seems to almost groan at you.
Oh, no.
Oh.
It's a mimic! A house mimic!
Like, what type of groan? Like, is it more like a creaking, or is
Yeah,
it...
it's more like a I might collapse if you do that ever again type of groan. It's almost...
Oh no.
Okay.
It's almost a warning groan.
Okay.
Like, you know, it's not so subtle as when you're walking through a quiet old house and the floors creak. It's more like a wall might have completely sagged in at that moment. It's a loud, muddied groan.
Right. Okay.
The door opens, but there's no one on the other side. Almost to let you in itself.
Creepy.
Yeah.
Are there any small animals nearby?
You can do an investigation if you want to look around for anything.
So quick question on the size of the house. Is it a single story, double story? What are we kind of looking at?
It is a 2-story. I'm gonna see if I actually have a map because it acts like I have a map, but I don't know if I actually have a map.
I could not do an investigation.
No, you can't.
Well done.
Much
I could
like
do an investigation.
what Rukhar said before, you don't see or smell any animals. And Rukhar, looking around, there's nothing that indicates that there is an animal alive anywhere around here. Not wild animals, not pets, not farm animals, nothing.
Hmm.
Do I have it? Oh, I do have it.
Oh
Cool.
no.
I'm gonna pull you guys over real quick.
Oh
It's just
no,
a
but there's so many
visual.
kids.
There's dozens and dozens of kids. Every single living being in this region is sworn to have a child.
Getting messed up.
All right. So I'm gonna move you, but you might not have sight. So we'll
Alright.
see.
No sight.
It'll only take me a second. I just have to find a better. Oh, can I just move this whole sheet up here? Yes, I can. All right. Right there. Perfect. Only because I kind of lost you guys somewhere in there.
Yeah, it's completely black for me.
Yeah, give me
Can't
one second.
see
I'm just
myself.
gonna
They think they're dream pastries, right?
Well, you're not there. I'm trying to find a location that I had.
Alright, chat. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna take a quick bio break, and then I'll be right back with you with the action. It's gonna be great fun. This is awesome.
I'll say.
I hope you are enjoying hanging out,
definitely
watching
not
some
that
D&D action. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna have to pull you in here.
Got any more of those good berries?
The good berries? Oh. I mean, probably.
Naga's going to drink a lot of water.
Can I? I'm afraid of what I'm gonna.
A lot of water.
Evanora is debating on drinking a lot of water.
I still got some dream pastries.
He needs an escape. Oh, I still have 6 of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I got 6 too. And an elixir of youth. Which I think would be the opposite of what I want to do right now. Stay away from being young right about now.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Right, so
I can see.
You guys should be able to see now. If I missed anybody, you'll let me know.
Rogar cannot see.
Damn it.
Go.
Why do you
I
have to be
see
complicated?
black.
All right, let's see.
All
You
the
see black?
blackness.
Yeah, it's just darkness.
Did you already write Naga is here on the board?
No, I just dragged it from the other map. All right, I'm just gonna give you guys full visual anyway. So give me 1 second, because I'm not gonna play this game with this shit. To be fair,
I like playing this game.
It looks super cool from what I can
not
see.
what
Oh,
I
whoa,
meant.
okay.
It's really cool, except it's so broken that it's painful.
Okay, now my
Um,
tokens are definitely too small.
Yeah, now you can make the. I probably have to make them bigger for you, to be honest. Cool.
Well, this is concerning.
I see different than what Sugarsockz sees.
Uh-oh.
What are you
Alright,
saying?
chat. I'm back.
I think I see upstairs.
Scroll up.
Well, that's awkward.
Oh yeah, the
Scroll
map
up?
is rather
Oh,
large.
okay, I see.
so, yeah.
I see.
Yeah, because it shows you all 3 floors technically.
Got it.
All right.
Cool.
I think that I got everybody bigger. Am I missing anybody? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think I have everybody. All right, cool.
Naga's like,
This is the set that I'm gonna copy and paste from now on. Minus Naga was here. You stop it. All right.
don't worry, I got you.
Oh, okay, cool. Close that. We can hang out here now for a little bit. All right. So the door opens. So the door opens. It seems to have a very fortified lock on it that by chance unlocked itself. You didn't hear a click. You didn't hear the door really do anything. It just opened. Once you're looking inside a little bit, there's just 3 stained glass doors. One leads straight, and it looks beyond it to be a very dark staircase. The other 2 go to what looks like closets, perhaps. But there's nothing else there. There's no people, nothing. There's no sound other than this light, moaning, upset creaking of the house itself.
I don't like that you're giving the house emotions.
Right?
It doesn't have emotions.
Terrifying. I don't know.
So who's going in first?
All right, I'll go in first.
Can
Good
you even
choice.
see?
So Rogar is gonna go through the main door and just sort of sit right there.
Okay,
Altharion will be behind.
beautiful.
Can I just jump through the window?
Just comes crashing through. The house is already about to fall down.
Technically speaking, you could look through the window and see if it's open, if you wanted to.
Sure. Why the hell no?
Your perception check. Actually, yes, perception, followed by investigation.
spicy.
Okay. Nice. Looking through, the windows are dirty. They're mostly cracked. There's some moss growing up on the side of one with some vines of one of the panes. And when you look through the little piece that you can actually see through, you do see an older woman sitting far in the back. She's reading a book. Very casually, just comfortably sitting all by herself. And when you go to touch the window, the vines curl around your finger.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Oh no. Here we go.
And Rukhar can't see that from where he's at right now.
No.
Neither can Altharion.
When was the last time anybody has drank some of the Kool-Aid?
nAga literally just did, for
Just
sure.
finished.
Just before
Like,
coming.
yeah.
Nacho's fine. And never right.
Yeah,
Or
he
you
would
did
drink some right
a
after
while
the
ago, right?
encounter with the weird guy.
Yeah.
Rukhar
Okay.
did when we were doing the tree things. When we went through that path in the trees.
Okay, so that's a while. All right, so you're fine. Avery and Naga, what are you doing right now?
Well,
Other than feeling the beautiful grass under your feet.
I am clacking my staff into the ground 3 times.
Beautiful.
wait,
Are
question
you
about that.
looking any? Yes.
Isn't that impulsive thing done already, or do
Unless
we
he wants to keep it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
I haven't rolled for it again yet, but I can. Unless you want to keep it. You don't have to keep it forever because it's temporary. For now.
All right.
So you say.
I said for now.
For now.
Let's be on
Real
that.
quick, is this like a garden here?
It is. Yes, it's a garden. Yeah.
Is
A
there stuff
very-
growing in it?
A very voluptuous garden, in fact. Yes. You see many of fruits and vegetables growing.
Oh, okay. They're
Things
just
that don't
vegetarian.
need- it's just regular fruits and veggies, nothing special. It's low light vegetables, carrots, potatoes.
Do the
there's
rest
an
of us
apple-
see that too?
Ah, so
Yeah,
they're not
that's-
keto.
Yeah, that. Very funny. Yeah, you see the garden as well. The garden looks, normal, nothing super special to you. To them, it's very lively, more vibrant than you see.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah. But with them, are you guys eyeing in the house, or are you just kind of standing back and, taking in the grass?
Sort of waiting for whatever happens when they open the door and go in.
All right.
Na'ga would probably be like here, kind of
Okay.
following suit to. He's probably peering over Rokhar's shoulder.
Okay. Beautiful. To you both, looking at the house, just from basic looks, it's gorgeous. It's standing strong and tall. It looks like it was just built. It's built of stone and beautiful wood, like a deep dark oak. It looks like it's super cared for and loved, and it almost smiles at you. It seems very content.
More solid craftsmanship.
He's
right there.
emotions.
I mean, I would love to live here. Like, this is nice, Naga.
I wouldn't want to live in this town whatsoever. No thanks.
I mean, this house, not the town. You know what I mean? Like town, but the house is nice.
Do I hear them talking like that?
Yeah.
I just look back at them with this look of like, what the? What are you guys thinking? The hell are
house.
you seeing?
Nice house.
I'm seeing a house. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm honestly kind of shocked because the craftsmanship's pretty good for this area.
I look at them and then I look at the house. It's like, seriously, really.
Yeah, I mean, the mason himself must be very proud of the work he's done.
I honestly am not. I'm not. I don't know. I've only lived in churches my whole life. I've never really like seen a house, so I guess it's nice. I don't know. It looks like a house.
Could I get
Be
any more
honest with me.
information by doing a history check on this, since it's stone?
Sure.
Any useful information?
You throw me a history check quick. Just see what you can
Be
figure
honest with
out.
me.
Okay.
That freaking water. Have
That's
you...
actually a 19 because it doubles my my proficiency bonus.
Okay.
It's stone.
Dwarf
Eyeing
stuff.
up some of the stone and kind of trying to feel the soul of the house. This house was built nearly 2 centuries ago. It's one of the oldest in the region, and it was crafted by some of the earliest dwarves there were. They were skilled and strong, and they traveled most of Faerun building houses one-offs just because they like to do it. This house has quite the soul built into it, unlike any of the other houses in the area. They're all kind of shabby and obviously uncared for, and they were not built with passion. This house, though, you feel almost a connection through it. Not to it, but ancestors, stories, legends. It's all kind of flowing through you, and you kind of just understand. This region
Great,
was not always where
info.
it is now.
Great info there for Balithal's character
I'm gonna share a
Rukhar.
little bit of that with the group, mostly the fact that it was built by dwarves and that it's pretty old, but it's well built. Some of the more personal stuff I'll keep to myself.
Evanora will ask if Rukhar has any knowledge of dwarves frequenting this area. It seems kind of out of place even for being in a weird mystical land.
From your knowledge of what you had just experienced and the kind of sights and visions that you saw and the understanding of the history of the stone and the architecture, this demi-plane that you're on currently was kind of plucked out of the world and placed somewhere else. So this area is not really this area. This specific house could be from the middle of Waterdeep. You don't really know. No area that you will go to where you can understand the stonework and the craftsmanship will be from this original region, if that makes sense.
Well, would I be able to tell what region it is from?
Based on the stones, not really, because they could have traveled with them. But if you wanted to go to, say, an archive back home when you get there, if you get there,
Right.
whenever you can go back, you can kind of source when houses were built. That kind of thing. Yeah. And what regions they were in, so on and so forth.
I would share that.
Yeah.
Cool.
As you guys start to slowly filter in, you don't hear anything strange. There's no like mustering and talking or anything like that. It's just a quiet house that you're listening to it live and breathe. It's not. There's no people that you can hear yet. Everyone's kind of just quiet, doing their own thing.
Okay, so Rogar's gonna push a little further in. He'll push to the stairs, and then he'll look back to the party to see what direction they want to go. Do they want to continue up the stairs, or do they want to go through one of these doors to the right and left? While I'm here, I'll probably look to see if I can see anything from either door and sort of let them know.
Sure. Roll me a perception.
Nice.
Sick.
Just a nat 20 for you.
There's a nat 20.
Fine. So from what you can see through these doors, everything seems fairly quiet. You can, kind of at the corner of the room, see a woman sitting reading a book. And through the other side, you see a woman standing in what seems to be a foyer of sorts. She's doing, it looks like laundry, possibly just maybe repairing something. She's leaning over a larger table, but there's nothing else in sight. The dining room table that you can see is very large, and it looks like it was just recently used. So there's a bunch of piled up dishes, some leftover food, that kind of thing, but otherwise empty.
Okay, so I'll share this with the party, and Altharion's right behind me, but sort of just get everybody's sort of share that with the group and then see what direction we want to start with.
Okay. Right, drop, there you go. That's what I was trying to do.
Altharion?
He's like, I don't know what I want to do yet. You know what you want to do?
Yep. I guess we wouldn't all fit in the smaller room.
No.
So let's head to the left first, and then we can kind of gather in there and then go from there, I guess.
All right. So
As we move,
Rokhar-
Evanora's gonna keep kind of looking over her shoulder at nAga just to kind of keep tabs on him, given that he's childlike.
Okay.
And these people feel like they have a obsession with children.
Fair. Totally fair. Okay.
Perfect. So Rokhar, I guess we'll move in and right about to there to let people come in.
Yeah, Altharion will follow suit.
So at this point, you're walking in. I'll go from there, so it's easier to kind of let everyone do what they got to do.
Got it.
The dining room table that you do see is beautiful. It's well taken care of. It's very ornate. It's got a crystal chandelier hanging above it. The silverware is a little tarnished. The dishes are a little chipped, but very elegant looking. Gold foiled, white, beautiful porcelain that you've only really seen in higher expensive areas at home. This isn't something that they just created here like you would expect. There's 8 chairs, and their backs are all adorned with sculpted elk horns. There's arching windows with lattice and iron and glass that look out. And just outside, when you look out the window, it looks like it's suddenly very foggy.
As we walk in, it gets foggy outside?
Only as you look out the window. When Evanora looked out behind her, it was clear. Only out the windows.
Do I see anything different out the window? I would be very far back over here.
It looks normal to you. Totally the same as it was when you were just standing out there. It's twilight time. It's normal. Like you just walked through. Nothing was there.
Okay.
Before Carric comes in, he needs to, you know how we operate.
Go for it. Okay, yeah, you're pretty moderately stealthy at the moment. Nobody's really paying attention or anything that you can tell anyway. But you can stay in the shadows if you'd like. You'll be fine. As you all turn around, you see this older woman, rather elegant looking, reading her book. She never looks up. She kind of clears her throat, and as you take in this experience that you're seeing in two completely different houses, what once looked incredibly shabby and kind of in hatred of itself, it seems like you've stepped into a new time on the inside. At this point, everyone inside, Kool-Aid or not, experiences the same exact house. It is elegant, it is beautiful, and it is unique. 3 elegant and silken ruby red couches are in front of you. She's on one chair. There's 3 extra couches. An oval table in the center that's made of a weird black glass. And a blazing hearth. Above it hangs a portrait of a sprightly and smirking nobleman. He's got somewhat of a broken nose and only a very little bit of hair. Grayed out. There's some other smaller portraits, but nothing stands out much like he does. It's almost like he's watching you.
Not creepy at all. Rukhar's gonna do a detect magic.
Okay. The entire house glows. Everything.
Oh, Jesus.
From top to bottom, it is a vibrant aura. Like you are in the center of one of the most magical places you've likely ever been.
Oh no, chat. That's not good.
So I'm going to I'm gonna turn back to the party and share that with them, that I sense a very strong magical presence here.
As you all stand there, and everyone slowly filters in, minus the visual of Carric. Carric. She kind of clears her throat. She goes, "Welcome. We've been waiting for you." She sounds like she's about a day over 20. Her voice isn't old like she looks. She seems gentle. She's got a warming voice. Stanamier told us that you would be here very soon, and I'm glad that you are. Please, get comfortable. Take a seat. There's food if you would like to eat. There's anything you'd need. My home is yours.
So Altharion he'll pipe up and go, "Thank you for the warm welcome." Is Stanamier here right now?
I believe he went upstairs. Yes. He'll probably come back down.
Okay.
Yeah. What brings you here first? I hear you just got to the town.
Yeah. Yeah, we want to chat further with Stanamier. He kind of let us in through the gate and then shot off as we were kind of making our way through the town. So just wanting to catch up with him and talk about a few things. So
just catching up 1 second. I'm trying to. They have like a freaking novel about this woman.
Oof.
It's like half this information I don't really need because it's not pertinent to me, but good to know, I suppose. Okay. is there an actual picture? Oh, no. All right. Yeah. You know what? No, I'm gonna hold that one for now. Kind of goes like against everything she's supposed to portray. So, yeah,
Got it.
after. She picks up her book and she's still reading, and she kind of eyes up a little bit, and she picks up what looks like an extravagant feathered pen, and a pot of ink, and she starts writing a little bit in this book, and then she puts it back down and she starts reading through it again, almost as if she's editing what's there. Beyond this place there be dragons. Really, guys? Really? I've got notes all over the map now. I give you one permission. Uncontrolled animal.
I don't know what you were expecting.
I don't know either. It was my mistake. It's almost as if she's writing, and as she's doing this, and she's kind of waiting for Stanamier, she lifts her foot so what's wrong with your token? Oh, did I grab the old one? New one? What is it? The old one. Oh, you changed it? What'd you do? Oh, well, you're just gonna have to wait now, smartass. She picks up her foot and she taps her heel, just the very, very tip of her heel, right into the floor. And it makes an echo that is so loud that most of you, not all, most of you flinch. Everyone but nAga and Avery. It rings through your head a little bit, and you're not quite sure why, because she's just tapping her heel. But the house almost reacts to it in a way that you've never seen before. It kind of rings its own bell. She looks up and she goes, "Oh, he'll be right down." And she goes back to her book. She doesn't make small talk with you. She doesn't even really care that you're there. Would you like to stay in this room and wait for him, or do you want to go roam around? She did give you a free run.
We didn't even catch her name yet, right?
Nope.
So I think Rogar is going to be is going to stand or sort of speak up and be like, "My apologies, madam. I don't believe we introduced ourselves. My name is Rogar. What is yours?"
nAga covers his ears.
She looks at you and she kind of smirks a little bit and she goes, "A noble one. I am Fiona, Lady Fiona."
It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, and thank you for welcoming us into your home so willingly.
That's my pleasure. Anything for Stanamier. He's a friend.
Okay. So now that we got the pleasantries out of the way,
Feel free. This home is yours to be ravaged. Carefully.
I was gonna say that's
I believe Carric.
Carric? What?
No, I was gonna say Carric's the one who's all stealth, so he'd have the best chance.
Got it.
We don't even know where.
Oh, believe me, I was gonna check the two closets there.
See what I
I didn't know
mean?
they were closets, so I didn't look.
And we're
Just gonna
able
look
to
back at the
go
group.
anywhere?
Walking back out.
Pretty much anywhere in this house unless a door is locked. Stop at any doorway and double check, but yeah.
Is that door locked?
Which one? Where are you? No, totally open.
I'm gonna go in.
Okay. You are.
We never see
heading
him again.
I know, right? You're heading into the kitchen. Ahead of you, a young woman is cooking and cleaning, and she's sewing in the middle. She's cleaning up a little bit of the dishes that were left out. However, in the between doing that, she's holding what looks like silken napkins or rags, and she's sewing the edges in the middle of doing everything. Frantically, almost as if it was a mistake, and she has to cover it quickly. There's a small door to your north, which has a pantry, and then a storage room behind that. Both doors are open as well.
Okay. I'll head towards the pantry.
I'm
Okay.
assuming the doors with the little dots are the locked ones.
Yes. Those doors will be locked. Who went upstairs? Just Avery at the moment? I think so.
It was Carric, wasn't it?
I only see Avery up there.
Oh, okay.
Nope, I'm still hiding in my corner.
Yeah, you're in your
Got
corner
it.
still.
I'll go with him.
Okay. In the pantry, there's small crates full of what look like old but very.
Well, chat, hope you guys are
fancy
enjoying hanging out with us. It's great fun playing D&D with these guys. I absolutely enjoy it. Hope you guys are enjoying it as well. We'll get to hobbying after this as well.
And one full of wine. They have the winery name written across it in Draconic, and it says the Wizards of the Wines, the Red Dragon Crush. And that's about all that's in here.
I'm I'm gonna head back into the. I guess this is the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at the lady and I'm gonna be like, "Excuse me, ma'am. Is
She
there
looks up
any
at
way
you.
that I could get a big glass of wine?"
She says, "Oh, please feel free." And she hands you what looks like a goblet made for a king. She leaves you on your own. She's still frantically sewing all of these napkins together.
I'll grab the goblet and nod at her and be like, "Thank you," and then I'm gonna start sleeping as I walk throughout the whole freaking house.
Yeah, you can tell her that she's definitely just a peasant. Probably doesn't live here. She's not wearing similar clothing to what you just saw Fiona wearing. She's kind of patchworked, and she looks like maybe she needs a bath. Her hair's knotted, and she's dusty and dirty. As you walk out, I'm not gonna go upstairs yet. You three can chill for a second because I have a feeling that most people are gonna go up there. What else are we doing in this dining room here?
I just want to point out that I find it funny how Indiana Jones taught us not to drink from fancy goblets. Yet I'm getting yelled at for drinking the river water. Drakax.
I mean,
I mean, I'm not going to make a comment about that.
It's
Is
time for me
this-
to be retarded. Okay.
Yeah, fair, fair. It does
Is
taste
this-
delicious, though. By the way, that wine's delish.
And suddenly grass feels real good for you.
Is this door in front of Rukhar open?
Yes, it is.
All right, Rukhar will come into this room and
Okay.
take a look around.
Cool. You chill right there 1 second.
Sounds good.
Altharion, what are you gonna do?
I'm actually going to take a seat at the table and just be patient.
Okay.
And just kind
Okay.
of slump back a little bit, stroke his beard, and just think about what's happened and the information that's been shared and what he's wanted to chat with Stanamier about.
Okay.
Hold
Carric, are you
up.
still just chilling? Yes.
This Wendell's freaking Altharion has a beard.
He's always had one.
He's always had a beard. Yeah.
This is the first freaking
All right, so to Sugar's point, we need some descriptions and some character lore built into the
Needed.
Dungeons and Gumdrops. It's needed so we can keep up with these things. So yes, please. But yeah, no, he's always had a beard. Carric, are you just chilling in the shadows behind or around Altharion at this point?
Well, he's feeling
ballsy.
Yeah, we were gonna venture. They went upstairs, right?
They went upstairs, yes.
That's one word for it, chat.
The one in front of you is up, and the one next to it goes down.
What do I gotta do at the door here?
Nothing. They're completely open. All of those 4 doors are open. All right, so you're now in the kitchen area that Drak was just in. Similar vision to you. She's frantically fixing and sewing together a bunch of silken napkins. But she's not paying attention to you. She doesn't really make notice. It's just a kitchen that looks well used.
Okay. I didn't know if anybody checked, beyond here. That's why I was coming in here. Kind of like just went in, backed out.
Yeah. Drak went up and into the storage room, which is just north of that, and found some wine. So you probably pass each other coming out, and he's got this very illustrious, large-ass goblet filled with wine, and he's just sipping as he's walking with kind of a smirk. He seems pretty proud of himself for getting that so easily. Where do you want to go after that? So a few people went upstairs. They haven't looked around yet. I just kind of left them there. I'm leaving them hanging. Rukhar went into the far room beyond the dining room. I'm leaving him hanging for a second. And Altharion is sitting at the table, 2 of which is still covered in some half-eaten and some uneaten food. There's large, they look like vegetable casseroles. There's some mashed up chunky potatoes. There's a bunch of food just sitting there ready to be devoured. But no one is sitting there, and all of the settings that were there are stacked. And there are 10 stacked dishes that all have food that have been eaten on them.
Is there any meat?
No. No meat.
If nobody's checked these, I'll take a peek at one of these rooms here.
Okay.
See what's going on in there.
Both of those are almost like little closets. Inside you'll see a few items of what seems to be the homeowners. Jackets. There's a small chest on the floor that's locked up tight, and a couple of different pairs of shoes and an apron or 2 hanging as well.
Do I have any kind of a lockpick with the thieves tool?
Yeah. You should.
Tell me. This is thieves tool.
I do believe that that's considered a lock pick for maybe
all intents and purposes.
It is. Yeah,
it is.
Thieves' tools is made to disarm traps and open locks, things like that.
Here, okay, so this set of tools contains a small file, a set of lockpicks, and a small mirror mounted on a metal handle, a set of narrow-bladed scissors, and a pair of pliers.
Yeah.
Now, quick question, and I don't know if this is a meta, so to speak, but if I use it, I only have 1 thieves tool. If I use it, then that's it? Or do I it's always there, similar to like my weapon?
You would have to restock after a certain amount of uses, especially when you're using specific items. Like that kit will contain a few lockpicks. So for better and all intents and purposes, there's 5. Right. Okay. So after a few uses, you would have to wait and get some more or learn how to craft your own.
Okay. I just want to make sure before I start going all go to town. So I'm gonna attempt to pick
be that OP.
I'm gonna attempt to pick the lock on that then.
Go for it. So go and clicky things.
I just
you should be able to roll it. Babaloo has done it more often than I have because I usually don't pick locks, to be fair. But for all intents and purposes, you can just roll a d20 and I'll let you know if you pass it.
Okay.
No.
Wow.
You jam that in there and you spend a good portion of the next 10 minutes trying to fiddle with it and figure out why it's not working. Just letting you know.
stab
You're
your
in that
palm.
closet for a bit. Naga, you're still covering your ears down here?
No. As soon as she says her name, he'll uncover his ears. Yeah, but he's sitting at the table with Altharion as well, but definitely looking the opposite of relaxed.
Okay. All right, cool. Perfect. Evanora, what are you going to be up to?
I'm pacing.
Okay.
Like a very stereotypical, like, yeah, like a guard pacing, just like.
Okay. Okay. Hey.
Like musical chairs.
Yeah, pretty much. Fiona kind of watches you do this. She knows a little bit about you based on what Stanamier has told her and just her knowledge. And she kind of smirks a little bit as she picks up her pen and starts writing in her book again. I want to go to Rukhar and then we'll go upstairs. Yeah. As you walk into this room, it's a beautiful wood paneling, not like anywhere else in the house. It's got embroidered rugs and very bright, colorful furniture. Almost a velvet look. There's a hot, blazing fire towards the east. And on the mantle is an elk's head. This gives you the same feeling that image did on the other side, the portrait, where it almost feels like it's watching you.
The elk's head is?
Yeah.
Okay.
And across from that is several large, very tall, slender windows that look over a garden that you could have sworn was very lively. But from in here, when you look out, it's very dead.
Okay.
There's a man sitting on a chair right in front of the fire. He's holding a larger golden goblet and taking rather deep drinks from it. And he looks over when you walk in and he just nods his head and stares back into the fire.
Okay, so Rukhar will introduce himself to the man. Good evening, sir. Sorry to disturb you. We just came in and taken a look around. How's your evening going?
It's boring. And he just continues to drink and he goes, I guess they let you in as well, huh? And he seems almost like he doesn't give a shit. You're just there. You're kind of annoying him at this point. And he's very, very clear about it.
Okay. I think at this time Rukhar will just excuse himself. Essentially, didn't mean to disturb you. I'll let you go about your business, and he's going to go back out.
Okay.
And just sort of probably come up near Evanora here and just mention to her that when he looked at the windows, that the garden appears to be completely dead from inside.
Do you say that like out loud?
Yeah, so that you would be able to hear it, everybody at the table, essentially.
Naga's going to be like, okay, and stand up.
Right. I'm gonna go upstairs and we're gonna entertain these folks up here. Nacho, are you back or are you still on the phone? I'm assuming he's still on the phone.
Nacho!
I think Drakax is in the basement too.
He is. I don't want to go down there yet.
Got it.
I'm enjoying my wine. Don't mind me.
Yeah, you're going around with your wine.
You lush.
Okay, welcome back.
Yep.
Timing.
Yep.
What would you guys want to do? Like you said before, any of the dotted doors are locked. Any of the non-dotted doors are not.
I'm gonna jiggle this one because I wouldn't know if it's locked yet.
Right.
Which it's locked, and then I'm gonna try to peek through the keyhole.
Okay.
Because I'm just curious.
Okay. So peeking through the keyhole, the room is kind of dark. It smells a little musty through the door. What you can make out is an iron framed bed. It looks like it has leather straps attached to it. And a woman sitting on the far end of the room looking into a small mirror. And all you can hear is her kind of whispering, little kitty,
Oh.
over and over and over again.
Worried for her, so I'm like, hey, I'm gonna try to like lay down on the floor so I can like whisper up underneath the door. I'm like, are you okay?
And she looks back at you through the door.
Uh-oh.
You know, she's looking towards the door. And instead of walking to the door, she's on all fours, kind of scurrying at the door.
Very ring-like.
Not quite, but almost. Could be. Not spidery-ish. Thank you.
Babaloo's face.
I know. I see his face up there. Look,
It's so good.
You just played through one of the best horror games in the world. You can handle it, my friends. You can.
I know I can, but like.
Yo, you got this.
I think that's the
Sidebar.
problem.
Yeah.
Have you seen the TikToks that have come out of it? Because like
Yeah. They're
the
amazing.
clips of Babaloo like shitting his pants in this game is
Yes.
it gives me life. I love
The
it.
first moment that I went
Amazing.
into his chat and I saw him playing it, I was just like, boy, you look like you are having a tense time here. His face was just pale and long, and the horror was perfect. It was beautiful.
I still remember the first date that I was in there. I was doing something. I was video editing or something like that. And I had Babaloo like on the side. I was like watching him passively, and then he yelled, which made me jump. And I was like, "What the hell is happening now?"
I love it. I love it so much.
It was too good.
So as she gets closer to the door, and she kind of like almost bangs into it and puts her eye right up to the door, you can see her, and she's got almost a cat eye, and she hisses at you. And before she kind of backs away, she goes, "Little kitty doesn't know you. Little kitty doesn't like the smell of you." And she slowly kind of slithers her way back to the corner.
And you know what? That is cute enough for me to turn around and walk away. That's
All the
a-
nopes.
That's a not here, homie.
You're like, I haven't drank
out of
water
there.
for this.
I have not bruised the tainted water enough for this encounter.
Fair. Rukhar, what would you like to do?
I'm just following this bard around.
Okay. Varrick, are you doing the same, or
I don't
are
like
you?
the whole splitting up and leaving people alone thing? So
Yeah, fair. I think that's very fair.
Yeah.
You're doing the same?
Probably. Yeah.
Chill out and follow around. Okay. Avery, where are you heading?
I was gonna go over to this.
Okay. It is open. You walk on in.
Walk in.
This you can tell is a fancier room. Not as fancy as downstairs, but it's definitely what may be the master bedroom. The bed is it's got silken sheets. It's very clean. There's what looks like someone sleeping in the bed, and sitting next to the bed on a small stool is Stanamier. And he looks up at you, and he kind of covers his mouth with one finger and gently, ever so slightly, just shushes you. And he puts his head down, and it looks like he's praying.
can we hear what he's saying?
No, he's almost His mouth is moving, but he's not actually speaking.
Can anybody read lips?
In the fashion that he's sitting, I don't think anybody could read his lips. He's full head down. He's almost talking into his chest.
I'll give him some time. I'll like walk out.
As you guys kind of turn to leave, you notice the fireplace is kind of starved for life at this point. It's barely even a struggle. It's about to go out. But above it is a portrait of a man. The woman downstairs, clearly. There's 2 young boys and an infant girl in the man's arms. All look noble. The boys are smiling in a way that tells you that they are up to no good at all times.
Man
But
of
the
my own
parents,
heart.
they look like they're uncrowned royalty.
I'm gonna stoke the fire first.
Okay.
Our homeboy over here, make sure it doesn't go out.
Okay. It's very nice of you.
Yep. And then I leave. And I guess I'll start heading back downstairs. Whoever
Okay.
wants to go.
Anyone else following him? Well, now you know where Stanamier is, at least. Rukhar, you want to do anything while you're in there? Or Varrick? Yeah.
Before I do leave, was there anything like that we can indicate like what if he's like reading from something, or if he's like sort of repeating like a memorized like sort of like scripture that he's like memorized?
Do an Arcana check.
Arcana check. Oh gosh. Okay.
I'm just curious what you would get.
Arcana check. Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
So as you're
Okay,
looking at
okay.
him, you kneel down and you're kind of like just crouched on the floor a bit, and you notice this person that's sleeping in the bed has copper
Excuse me,
chips
chat.
on his eyes. And he's wearing a very, very silken, deep black suit. And as you're looking at Stanamier and you're looking kind of back and forth between the two, when Stanamier looks up for a second, you catch just one part of what he's saying. You watch him and he puts his hand on the man's hand, just very briefly, and slides back and continues speaking. And you've seen this before, maybe just once. But you think he's casting Gentle Repose. And for those of you who don't know what that is it allows a corpse to stay protected from decay as long as it keeps getting casted.
Yeah, it's like magic embalming.
It allows it so that you can revive them.
In the future, yes. And so it doesn't count against any time limits that you would have for Raised Dead or something of the similar cost.
Okay.
As you start to leave, Stanamier kind of stands up and dusts himself off a little bit and pushes you on out the door and follows you downstairs. Okay. Oh, you want a strict time limit today, Rukhar? Like 11, my time? Or do you need to end sooner?
Oh, no, I'm good for now.
Okay. Okay. I'm just trying to make sure I know exactly how much time we have before we have to call it. So can I move that? Okay, that's good. Perfect. Can I move that? I cannot. Okay. So Stanamier walks up and he kind of takes a deep breath and he looks at Varrick and he knows that you know because you watched and you saw. And he kind of looks at you and kind of winks a little bit. And he comes in and he sees Altharion and he kind of claps you on the back a little bit, startling you because you were kind of deep in your own thought for a bit there. And sits right next to you, kind of abruptly, exhausted. Looks like he has the weight on his shoulders of the entire world. Takes a deep breath and goes, I don't know where to start, but I guess we could talk about Bluto. Do you know the man that was, fishing in the sea out in the lake?
Dude was scary, agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard the laugh too.
Burgomaster Isaac told us a little bit more about him.
He's dangerous. Is convinced for all of these years that he can catch some fish in that horrible lake. But there's nothing in there. There's nothing in that lake.
I would disagree with you on that one.
And he looks at you a little bit and he goes, I don't know what you might have seen, but there's no living fish to be eaten in that lake.
Yeah, but whenever I was in the lake, something kind of moved around me. It wasn't very fun.
And he kind of eyes you up a little bit, believing you, but interested in a little bit more of that story. What do you mean by moves around you?
I went into the lake because, it's a lake and I like swimming.
Yeah.
It's fun. Then I started feeling a current pulling me further into the lake. And then while I was swimming, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Bird. I could just be remembering this wrong. I felt something move past me pretty quickly that was large.
Mm-hmm.
And the fisherman started fishing near where I was, expecting me to be almost like his bait.
Okay. And he kind of nods a little bit and he thinks. He goes, was there anybody with him?
We were all in the boat, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one else was in the water other than me.
And Bluto was alone, just by himself, like usual.
Mm-hmm.
There was something moving in a bag he had.
And he looks back at you, because at this point you're kind of behind him when you're pacing path. And he goes, are you sure? Moving.
Yes. He dumped it in the water.
And he kind of nods a little bit, and he's like, he might have brought something with him, some kind of bait. And he goes, but there's no animals for bait out here. Not this far in.
He probably used the kids, yeah.
Nope.
Nope.
It was, all right, back to what we're trying to do. I need to build an army at this point. He goes, I don't know how to get my family back at this point. He goes, Eva, I don't know where she is. I don't know where anybody is. I went back to the town after doing my circles as usual, and I had been up by the castle, and I went back, and there was nothing there. Nothing. There's just ashes everywhere. I came here. I didn't know where else to go. I didn't know where you guys were. So I couldn't find you either, and I figured you were probably with them, because if they caught them, then they had to have caught you, and it's gotta be Strahd. And in the background, at that point, Fiona kind of clears her throat. She goes, not in this house, you won't. And Stanamier kind of rolls his eyes at you guys. And he goes, sorry, I forgot. And she kind of like clicks her teeth a little bit and goes back to writing in this book. And he whispers, just to you, Altharion, because everybody else is kind of a little further away from him. You're the closest. He goes, she's a friend of Strahd. He goes, we're going to have to leave here. I was only here to do a certain ritual. I stop by about once a month to do so. But we can't speak here. Not freely. I'm going to go to the inn and get us rooms. That's where we'll stay, because it'll be safe. Safer than anywhere else, and at least we can have somewhere to discuss and create and hopefully not be interrupted. At this point, he tells you a little bit more about the areas around you. He finds out that you were led here by the burgomaster, so you know where the inn is, generally speaking. He does mention that not to leave this area after the town seems to go to sleep. There's wolves and dire wolves that patrol, sent by Strahd himself, so you don't want to get involved with them in those hours. He mentions a tower, a mage's tower that's to the north, that they'll likely need to stop at on the way. However, he also mentions that the mage that resides there has been missing for a little while, and no one really knows where he is.
So at that point that he mentions the mage, I'll go, yeah, Burgomaster Isaac had mentioned that was something that we could do for them, was to find out the whereabouts of the mage.
And he nods his head a little bit and kind of understanding. He's like, one of the trials. Okay, that makes sense. I can't help you with that, but I can get you there. He goes, there's a mansion-ish thing that I've never been to myself, just past the church, that I think we should stop at before we leave this place. That'll help us get a little bit further, because we're gonna need a lot of resources from Barovia before we go to Strahd. So I think stopping in every place that we can is probably the best opportunity that we have. South of the town, just as you guys are going to hopefully leave when you're finished here, he mentions a small abandoned village that's just outside of the walls, that, if he understands correctly, is where a lot of Strahd's frustrations come from currently. He also mentions that you should all avoid Isaac for the near future. He's not the best person to deal with.
Shocker.
And Fiona in the background goes, he should have been killed a long time ago.
Whoa.
Louder than any other word she's ever said.
Wow.
Strong there. Strong feelings.
I bet they're divorced.
That does sound like an ex-wife kind of feel there.
She has a very ex-wife kind of vibe, yeah.
She does.
So the abandoned town bird was to the east or to the north?
South.
It's the southwest.
Southwest. Completely opposite
Southwest,
direction.
Yeah, total opposite direction. Yeah, just outside of the walls. Not where you came from, the other side. this point, you're all listening to this Stanamier and Fiona discussion where he looks at her and he goes, "Can you stop telling people that you want Isaac dead? You're going to get yourself in trouble." And she argues back the fact that he's an evil, cruel man who doesn't deserve his mansion, and that his son is demented and deranged. And how could he not love her daughter? And Stanamier kind of gets up and he walks over to her and he sort of whispers, but not enough that most of you could hear if you're trying to. And he said, "You wouldn't want your daughter to marry the fool of a servant." And she says, in return, before she walks out of the room, "I'd rather serve the devil than a madman."
Oh.
Damn.
Oh, that was spicy.
I mean, I don't disagree.
As she leaves the room. I'm just gonna boop. Stanamier kind of like shakes his head and he goes, "That woman is the bane of everyone's existence. Let's go."
Oh,
Lead
just
the
kidding.
way.
They're divorced.
As he starts walking outside, you hear Fiona kind of mumbling to herself in the back, but a few other voices kind of respond to her.
Wait, what?
You didn't
Are
think
they
anybody
all,
else
like,
was here?
Fiona-ish voices?
No.
Or...
Totally different, all ranging. But they almost sound like they're appeasing her.
Oh, it makes sense if she's a friend of Strahd's.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Alright. So I guess Altharion
Just so
will...
you guys can kind of really see what she looks like, I'll pull it up big for you.
What a babe.
Isn't she
Ooh.
hot?
old hag.
How you doing?
She has some red dragon around her.
She does.
I like the dragon.
As you all start to leave, I will pick up the next session downstairs with Drakax.
Oh, no.
Rukhar already made his way down there to go
And
find his
Rukhar made
dragon
his way down
buddy.
there to go find him.
I'm just
All right,
saying.
both of you.
He was gonna
For
go
both
grab
of
his
you.
buddy.
Yeah.
I was just making
That's
my way
the
down there
next
before you
one.
said that.
You go down there and find a dead dragonborn.
Yeah, I'm afraid to do dead dragonborns at this point.
Uh-oh.
Into the fire,
Dun, dun, dun.
indeed.
Yeah.
Into
Short-lived
fire.
That's
Rukhar.
why I was so happy you went down there, Kane. I'm like, yes. Like, that's where you belong. I knew no one else was going to go down there. I'm like, nope, not yet. Not yet. Mm-mm.
Well, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, I'm eventually making my way down there before we left.
Yeah.
So wait, how did he get down there?
He just walked.
Went down the
Doors
stairs.
open.
There is no
Big
door.
glass of wine.
The door is
There is no door. I
Yeah.
thought that was just straight walls.
Yeah, just, nope, just
So-
no door. Just,
So, Nacho, I thought the same thing until you went upstairs. And
Mhm.
then I saw the stairs, the jagged walls. I'm like, okay, there's a door there.
Yeah, right here.
Here's close.
yeah.
I went through here.
I guess I'm gonna also start making my way. I'm seeing people start to file downstairs.
That's where we'll pick it up.
Sweet.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you all now, next session will be Into the Fire Part 2. Because we're still in this area.
We're still in this house.
I love it.
It'll be Part 2 of Into the Fire, so...
Let's see, you've got psychopaths, you've got an angry old witty, you've got
A source
Stanamier
of
being all
extreme
crazy.
magic.
You've got extreme magic. You've got a dead body upstairs. You guys are batting 1,000 in this innocent, pretty house, kind of.
From the inside.
From the inside.
Decrepit from the outside.
Yeah.
Decrepit. Yes.
Yeah.
About to fall down.
Mm.
Nice.
Yes.
That's working. It ain't falling down.
Again, anyway.
Oh, so good. Love it.
All right, guys, I'm gonna head out.
Yeah.
All right, see you, Nacho.
Sounds good.
See
Bye,
you.
Nacho.
It's been a pleasure as always.
Alright,
guys.
team, that's going to be the end of the session for today. It's been so much fun playing D&D with these guys. Absolutely love it. And there's probably got my screen.
My stream. I'll be back momentarily.
Oh, I do not know why my main face cam has decided to freeze.
It's fun.
What a night.
Yeah, this is beyond nerve-wracking.
This is big rip.
Yeah, this is getting real interesting.
I don't even know what's going on here, chat.
My it's so hard to navigate. Like, I've deleted a lot of the stuff out of the story, which is kind of funny. And things that I expect you guys to do, you just don't do, and I'm like, well, I'm saving that for later, I guess. But some of the things that I've like, deleted somehow in different chapters, like reappear. So I'm like finding new things as I progress through, and I'm like, I guess I gotta like dive 4 chapters ahead at this point.
Yeah.
I'm kind of throwing you guys.
There we go. Hello, chat. All right.
Like, for whatever reason, they expect you guys to go to like Strahd within like the first.
So that was a great session. Had so much fun hanging out with these guys. Hope you enjoyed it. We're gonna be back again for session 12 next week, which is probably next week. I'm not certain. I'll need to confirm, but it'll be Into the Fire Part 2 because of everything that's going on there. So yeah, it's been absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for joining us.